The Patriots died Thursday in a motorcycle crash near Columbia, South Carolina. Patton was 47 years old. Jets wideout Jamison Crowder tests positive for COVID-19. That puts his availability in question for the season opener a week from Sunday against the Panthers. He's also recovering from a minor groin injury. Managing COVID-19 outbreaks will be an issue again this season in the NFL, especially when it comes to quarterbacks. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler.
There are several quarterbacks around the league. We're talking top guys. As far as we know, are not vaccinated. Kirk Cousins, Lamar Jackson, Carson Wentz, and I think there are others. And so the most important position, you could get knocked out just by being a close contact.
Jeremy Fowler on Key J and Z. There is now an agreement to allow NHL players to play at the February Winter Olympics in Beijing. The league can opt out if COVID-19 conditions worsen or if the NHL schedule is disrupted by too many cancellations. NHL players didn't participate at the last Winter Games in 2018 in Pyeongchang.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
Hey, everybody, and welcome in on a Friday edition of Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. What happened to that sick open you were talking about, Casey? I thought that was going to be this big Jacob Hollister highlight reel. 6 touchdowns, 66 catches.
That's not my bad. Didn't realize you wanted it now.
Well, no, I didn't know. I thought you were just going to unveil it. Sometimes you surprise me, so that's why I waited for a moment. But we'll hear that a little bit later. Jacob Hollister, we talked about yesterday. I mean, let's not pretend Jacob Hollister is all of a sudden like Greg Kittle or Travis Kelce, but it looks like it's happening to Jacksonville, and they add to the tight end room. That is the latest on the Jags front as they continue to add to the roster slowly but surely as we get set for week 1 of the regular season. A week from Sunday, Jags will be in Houston. We are live at Extreme Wings once again on a Friday here on Roosevelt Boulevard right near NAS Jax. Come on out, say hello. It might be like beers with Brent I start doing. I'll buy some, not all. A few, not many, perhaps. But come on out, say hello at Extreme Wings. And we are here until 6 o'clock. Of course, then High School Friday night all over the area on the Blitz Scoreboard Show here on ESPN 690 and on the TV side, CBS 47 and Fox 30. Hello, Austin Lane. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Doing great, actually. Happy it's Friday.
Great. Are you a happy it's Friday kind of guy?
I mean, yeah. You know, I mean, we got to we working Monday?
No.
Okay, yeah. Then I'm very happy. Nice long weekend.
Come on, you sound like you're not a guy that's like, I can't wait till the weekend. Oh, we don't have to work Monday? Great, it's a 4-day week. You sound like my kid's going to school.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the 4-day weekend, man. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't say it very often because I work every day, all day. I'm kind of looking forward to this little weekend, too.
There you go.
You know, it's a little light before we get really cranking, although we've been really cranking. So it's a little bit of a breath before the regular season and everything else gets fired up. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, too. Hope everybody's in store for a nice Labor Day weekend and the weather is good, and the last one without professional football. But we did have some college football last night. Did you stay up late for UCF so you could get up early on 95.1? I mean, just a short night of sleep for you, I assume.
Didn't watch the whole thing. Figured UCF was going to come back. Did finish watching the Ohio State-Minnesota game until it was out of reach for the Golden Gophers. But a very interesting first half, to say the least, from Minnesota's end.
Yeah, I think I was surprised by Minnesota and what they did and kind of controlled that offensive line of scrimmage. Then they get the injury to the running back, and they made some catastrophic mistakes, which you just can't do if you're going to upset a team like Ohio State. But Ohio State looks pretty good. I mean, they're playing a quarterback that has 0 snaps, right? So you figure it could be some early growing pains, but they just have so many good athletes. And even though Minnesota fought well and played pretty well overall, that's going to be what the Big Ten looks like, in my opinion, Austin. I don't think there's going to be a lot of friction.
I don't think so either, but at the same time, like, I'm more confident now in Wisconsin. Like, Wisconsin doesn't play Ohio State until if they make the Big Ten championship. And, you know, if you watch Minnesota's game plan, I mean, it was obvious. You had a very, very inexperienced middle linebacking core for Ohio State. and it showed. Now, if you get to the Big Ten championship, you're going to gain a lot of experience, but they're still going to be young. And I think if you talk about a heavy running team that can slow the game down a little bit, or, you can do an RPO that can kind of confuse the linebackers, that could be Ohio State's Achilles heel. So, while, the kind of the Ohio State Buckeyes that we thought they were going to be in the second half, it's definitely something to keep track of, though, as well as the season progresses.
Yeah, meanwhile, UCF, that was a nice win for them. I mean, they got behind 21-0. They have the big pick early on after a sensational drive, and then I still can't explain that interception in the end zone. Goes back the other way, down 24-7. They stayed patient. They got better. Their defense was good in the second half. At one time, I think they had 223 yards in the second half, and Boise State had 5.
Yeah.
That's how dominant they were. That's good coaching, by the way. Good job by Gus Malzahn coming out of the locker room, keeping those guys poised and able to come back where you really could freak out in that situation at home, at the bounce house, down 21-0. They had a 3-hour lightning delay, too. But a lot of credit to Malzahn and Gabriel and all the UCF players, really, for pulling that one out. That was a nice win. Didn't matter how you got it once you're down 24-7. UCF, I don't know how good they're going to be, Austin, but they are fun to watch. I tell you that. Almost every game UCF plays, it is fun TV viewing.
Yeah, it was kind of the tale of two halves for UCF. In the first half, you had costly turnovers, but then you had costly penalties, too, that were the drive killers. And then that kind of falls on coaching more than sometimes than it does the players. So, how we always talk about penalties and how it relates to the coaches. The second half, they came out, though, dominated the line of scrimmage. Offensive line played better. And, that one interception by, I think it was Gabriel, really changed the momentum of the game. So, I'll be honest. When I was in the third quarter, I'm like, I'm just going to see how this pans out a little longer. If UCF can get something going, they did. I'm like, I bet they come back and win this game. And I woke up and they did.
Yeah, I watched it to the end, and it wasn't easy. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, even at the end, they throw another interception, and then they come back and they get it done. But overall, that's a nice job by UCF to get the win over Boise State, and Gus Malzahn's 10-year starts on the right foot. I will say this: you watch some of that, and how fast they get to the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's unbelievable. It is unreal how fast they try to play. Like, they better be in good shape alone. The defense can't hang around. And that's what was interesting about the first drive for UCF is, like, they were playing at just warp speed, and then they made it look clinical, and then they just threw a terrible ball. I mean, that was it. That was the only reason. That should have been an easy touchdown, really. But they are going to play. Listen, that's the way of the world now. Everybody plays fast. Oklahoma's been doing that. I just thought UCF looked like they were running gassers to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's where college football has gone now, and it's ultimate competitive advantage when you have a gas defensive line that can't come off the field. If you neutralize, the edge rushers or the pass rushers of a defensive line, well, that gives you more time in the pocket. Now, don't get it twisted. The offensive line, I'm sure, is gassed as well. But that's where you go through training camp the entire time, going through plays like that, going through drives like that. And it also makes your defense better because then your defense, if they play like a no-huddle, quick-paced team, well, then they're going to be more conditioned and ready to go as well. So it's definitely the way of the world. It's definitely where college football is going. It's just a matter of fact that you can't make the mental mistakes if you do that kind of offense, and you saw that in the first half a little bit from the UCF Knights.
Well, UCF, too, they have Isaiah Bowser can run, and he can run physical, and he can also break some tackles. He can be elusive, so he's a good back. They have that element. Dylan Gabriel can really throw it. He throws a long ball excellent for the most part. He can run it. He did that in Gus Malzahn's offense. And they have a really good wide receiver, too. I mean, they've got a nice triple threat, and that doesn't even talk about everything else. And, again, I thought their defense played with their hair on fire most of the night, really did well. I mean, they gave up 31 points, but 14 were on turnovers. I mean, it really wasn't on the defense. So, hey, UCF, you roll up 573 yards. That's pretty darn good. That's UCF football, right on brand. And I think they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. One thing about college football last night, I don't know if you noticed this, I think and I'm not going to get on this right away on the day after the first day of college football because it's going to come up a lot. But, man, oh, man, a lot of targeting again. You know, the targeting thing is always a factor in college football because of the penalty of it. The penalty is usually you're ejected. Now, they called it a couple of times that I saw and then reversed it, and even that was in question that they reversed it. And I think some of them was like, wow, I can't believe they reversed it. But what stuck out to me in college football, watching a couple of those games, and when those plays were called, I thought by now we'd be to a point, Austin, where people are afraid to lead with their head, and we're still not there yet. You know, that's the whole idea. That's why they wanted this to be so penal in college football, is be like, we want to get it out of the game. Well, I saw guys leading with their head left and right and launching themselves on night one of the college football season. We're just not there yet. I guess the players aren't trained enough to do it a different way.
No, they're not there yet, you know, and that goes back to instinct. It's one thing you can practice it all the time, you know, before the season starts. You could practice it in, you know, in spring ball and all this stuff. But it's another thing when you have that full capacity crowd, or at least close to full capacity crowd, cheering you on. It's another thing when you have that adrenaline going through you, and you know, the plays just happen bang bang so quickly. So when you take all those things into account, yeah, those targeting penalties are going to happen regardless of how much you practice it, just because sometimes it's nature, you know. And I think sometimes player would rather sacrifice maybe a penalty or not even thinking about it, as opposed to laying off and all of a sudden it's going to be a longer gain because you didn't make the tackle, because you didn't make the play. So that's what's kind of happening in the back end. Well, players are still playing fast because, well, if you slow down, the moment you slow down is the minute you can give up a big play, and then you're getting chewed out on the sidelines anyways.
Yeah. So, what I don't think we know, we are not trained well enough as viewers to completely understand. I wish the announce teams would bring this up a little bit more, that we are talking bang, bang, like split seconds. These guys are flying. We're seeing it in slow motion. I always think that is the biggest disconnect between reality on the field and what viewers on their couch are watching, and how we are making opinions on that play, is that we are being showed the play in slow motion. That play is happening a million miles an hour on the field. You know, so we're talking about a split second, and I just think it needs to be noted that that's why it's still difficult. But if you just don't lead with your helmet, you're ahead of the game. Now, if you don't launch yourself, you're ahead of the game. But we're just not there yet in college football. I don't know when we get there. And many people will point to, hey, Brent, it's working. You know, how much of a penalty that is with the ejection. It's working because I can show you 20 examples a game that it didn't happen. Yeah, maybe you can, but I can still give you a lot of examples that's happening. So I don't know how long it's supposed to take. I still am a big believer that you should not be ejected on the first time unless it is just crazy malicious in intent, which I think we can tell when that is and when it's not. And that's not changing. It's a fruitless fight on my part because I just think it's too penal of a penalty to say, hey, you made a bad decision in a split-second moment. You launched yourself. We judge that you launched yourself, even though it's debatable. You're out of the game. So I don't like the way it is. I think it will be a weekly conversation because it hurts teams. But I know what they're doing. I get the intent of it. And by the way, I give a credit. I would say two times at least last night, I thought the guy was going to get ejected, and he didn't.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen that much.
If player safety is truly the primary focus of this penalty, which it is, then who am I to complain about it? Now, I can say that it slows the game down. It puts the defense in disadvantageous positions and all this stuff, but it's about keeping these guys healthy. So I'm not going to complain and say, well, they got to change it or you know, what's going on. Like, I mean, I'm going to shake my head sometimes and say, well, was that really targeting? What do you want them to do? But it's for the greater good, and it's for players' health. But at the same time, you have to understand that this is still the game of football, and there's a brand of physicality that's always going to be associated with. And if you want to inflict the most physicality, you're going to use your head. It's just it's kind of what's always ingrained in you. It's what you saw on the highlight tapes growing up of guys like, I don't know, like Ed Reed coming downhill or Ray Lewis. I said Ed Reed. Probably Ray Lewis is a better example than that. It's just it is what it is. So, you know, hopefully, you know, they keep preaching it. They keep preaching how to tackle properly, and we see these penalties go down. But I understand what they're trying to do with them.
Yeah, we won't force the college football talk too much here on the show. We don't have to. It's a college football season this weekend, and it's a big deal. We'll have our picks coming up in just a bit. One last thought on UCF and Ohio State. Ohio State, after what you watched, and they kind of snuck out of Minnesota with a win, you could say. Do you really like them? Do you think, like, hey, this is a national championship caliber team if they continue to grow, if the quarterback gets more comfortable, gets better? Are they that explosive to you?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely an explosive team, probably the most explosive in the Big Ten, kind of like they always are. Obviously the quarterback play will get better. The offense started getting rhythm in that second half. But it's like I said, they can score all the points that they want to. But what happens when you go against a tough physical team that likes to pound the rock a little more, like a Wisconsin, like an Iowa? Those could be interesting games. I'm still thinking Ohio State's my clear favorite to win the Big Ten championship. But what I saw from their defense, especially in the first half, made me raise my eyes a little bit and say, it could be a little closer than I expected.
The only team all three of us had in our Final Four was Ohio State. Are we concerned?
No. I mean, I think they're going to be okay.
I was concerned in the second quarter.
I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But I'm not concerned. No, because – listen, that's the time to get those kind of teams too, right? It's super early or it's sleepy before a rivalry game. And so I just think they're going to – I mean, Casey, I think I saw the stat during the broadcast. I mean, they're the only team in the country, I think, that had – their quarterbacks had not attempted a collegiate pass. I mean, talking about – I don't care how good you are. Like, I don't care how touted you are. If you've never thrown a pass in college football, I expect you to probably come out a little bit slow. And, Stroud still looks the part, and I think he's probably very good, and he probably just keeps building. By the way, Ryan Day is very good, and Ryan Day is very good with the offense and with that position. So I would expect them to really get good at some point. You don't want to be good right now, quite frankly. You want to be good enough, but you don't want to be really good right now. I mean, it's a long way to the finish line.
I'm also reminded, too, I think Ohio State played Penn State like the first or second game of the season last year, and Penn State was nothing to shake a stick at. But I think Penn State actually gave them a run for their money until the end. It was actually a very close game when it very well shouldn't have been. So Ohio State can kind of come out of the gate sometimes a little slow, but we've seen what happens towards the middle and the end of the season, going all that way in the playoffs.
One last question about the college football then for now is UCF, you think Gus Malzahn's going to be good? I mean, for long haul. Josh Heupel was pretty good. Scott Frost was excellent, like really good. Mm-hmm. There's some room floating around now. UCF's going to get an invite to the Big 12, whatever that might look like. That should happen, by the way. UCF should be in the Power 5 at some point if these conferences are going to recruit others. They should be near the top of the list. But is Gus Malzahn the guy at UCF to make them relevant year in, year out, top 10, top 15, group of 5 in a bowl?
Yeah, I think so, because I think the biggest thing with Gus Malzahn right now is that he's the name. So when we talk about in terms of recruiting, they're getting the in-state recruits from Florida right now. I always thought, and I get it, UCF is a great story, hang the national championship banner, all of that stuff. But you still got to compete with Miami. You got to compete with Florida State. Got to compete with the Florida Gators in terms of recruiting. I think when you add Gus Malzahn and that name of coming from Auburn, the type of offense that he runs, and being dynamic and explosive, I think that could kind of influence a little bit and get more speed guys that are so common here in the state of Florida. So I think that they will be all right with Gus Malzahn.
Yeah, I do too. I think this could be a great marriage. If you look at it the other way, it was kind of like newcomer coach, right? Scott Frost and Josh Heupel. Now Frost at Nebraska, obviously not doing well, but you get the idea of this. Heupel goes to Tennessee. Well, that's like a guy on the rise. So this was more stepping stone for them for UCF. I know they won't like that term, but it was. Onto a bigger program. This is different. This is more kind of like landing spot, almost rebound from Auburn to UCF, but a place at Gus Malzahn's age that if he has success could be there for the next 10 years, and that's not a bad thing for a program like that.
No, or he can come out the gates right away and win nonstop and get other looks from bigger universities as well.
True, but maybe he doesn't want the pressure cooker though, that.
Yeah, I have no idea what the dude's thinking, but I'm just saying, I feel like that's always going to be a possibility because he still is a pretty big name.
Well, there's a part of UCF fans too that should always want that a possibility, because if it's a possibility, that means they're winning.
Sure.
And they're winning at a very high level if Gus Malzahn's name is mentioned to go back to a bigger school, right? And so that's not a bad thing. Let's circle up this conversation. Jacob Hollister, you excited? You excited to see the Jacob Hollister and James O'Shaughnessy show in Jacksonville?
I'm more excited than I was on Monday. Yes. I mean, take that for what you want.
I think we actually put it pretty well yesterday. We were talking about this. Do you feel better with James O'Shaughnessy and Jacob Hollister than you do with James O'Shaughnessy and Tyler Davis or Ben Ellison catching passes?
Sure.
And I think the answer everybody would say is, you know what? Yeah, I do. I do. So I think that's it. That's it. There's really nothing else. No parades here. Probably not going to be picked up in many fantasy leagues. But it does help the Jaguars and feels better than what their room was and could have been. When we come back, we talk a little bit of Jags. In fact, at 4 o'clock, A.J. Cann is going to join us. So in anticipation of an offensive lineman joining us, we have a question or two about the running game in Jacksonville this year. We're live at Extreme Wings here on Roosevelt Boulevard. Come on out. I'll be here until 6 o'clock. Happy hour is until 7 o'clock right near NAS Jax. Come on by. Say hello. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 on the road again.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny today. An isolated shower will develop, moving quickly to the west and southwest and more inland with highs in the upper 80s, a little breezy at the beaches. Fair to partly cloudy and mild tonight, all the way down into the upper 60s inland, 70s at the beaches, and then partly sunny for tomorrow. Highs in the mid to upper 80s, and your Sunday will be partly sunny, again with an isolated shower or two with a high of 88. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Now you can buy like a dealer buys. Save thousands on thousands of diamonds for a limited time at Beard's Diamonds.
The Center for Health and Sports Medicine delivers an individualized 360-degree approach to your health, providing a whole-person approach to primary care and sports medicine. With primary care and sports medicine physicians, mental health counselors, the sports performance lab, and 24/7 on-site state-of-the-art wellness center, all under one roof, they'll work to maximize your health by creating a foundational focus on physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. The MD VIP program provides even more benefits, like appointment guarantees and after-hour care. Learn more at jacksfamilysportsmed.com.
Hey, this is Grace Gosted. I'm a singer-songwriter, and like many, I've been traumatized by years of bullying. You're ugly, you're stupid, you're gay, you're worthless. Bullying causes real harm and can result in severe long-term depression, anxiety, addiction, and even self-harm. I created the Black Box Project for anyone who has ever felt different for any reason. Go to theblackboxproject.org to help you take the first step to healing. You are not alone.
I love football and I love chicken wings. Hey, everybody, this is Brent Mortno. We are a lot alike, right? You love football and you love wings. Let's win the week with Extreme Wings Sports Grill. 4 locations in Jacksonville, Atlantic Boulevard, Ocean Way, 210 in St. Johns County, and the new location on Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax, serving up the freshest, never frozen, world-famous extreme hot wings to Jacksonville since 1999. We like football. We like wings. We love a good deal. To celebrate the grand opening of the Extreme Wings Roosevelt location, get 6 wings, french fries, and a drink for just $12.99 at the Roosevelt location. 6 wings, french fries, and a drink, just $12.99. Active military gets special discounts. Jalapeno ranch, Caribbean jerk, spicy blue cheese, lemon pepper. So many flavors to choose from. And, of course, they can make them extreme if you want. Plenty of space at Extreme Wing Sports Grill locations. If you're looking for a place for the entire team, try Extreme Wing Sports Grill. I love it. You'll love it. 4 locations in Jacksonville, including Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax.
Let's be honest. I'm in the AC business, and even I don't want to buy a new AC system. And yet, the only thing worse than spending money on a new AC is spending it and then not getting the comfort and performance you paid for. Whether it's not seeing the promised comfort or efficiency due to a sloppy install and bad ductwork, or having a home that still feels sticky from inadequate humidity control, or dealing with bad air quality, allergies, mold, or anything else. Investing in a new system to not get the comfort you paid for is total turd buckets. And that's why Griffin Service offers a 12-month test drive on all Florida-rated AC systems. If you're not thrilled with your increased comfort and efficiency, we'll uninstall the system and refund you 100% of your money. And that's for up to 12 months. Install the system now, and you'll still be covered next summer. It's only fair. So, if you need a new system, buy it from the company that'll guarantee you the performance and comfort you're paying for at
GriffinService.com.
If you live in the Southeast, you know that air conditioning is king. And as the population grows, so does the need for more AC units, which means that there's more demand for technicians. And guess what? The HVAC industry is growing 13% faster than your average job, according to the 2018 Bureau of Labor Statistics. And on top of that, the average pay is over $22 an hour. And this is where JTech comes in. When you attend the HVAC-R program at JTech, you'll get the hands-on training that is focused on understanding the different types of HVAC systems, logical diagnostic procedures, effective repair methods, and so much more. And by the end of the program, you're going to be trained on all the necessary areas that employees are looking for so you can be their first round pick as a technician or an installer. To learn more about JTech, visit jtech.org or call them at 904-483-9460. Ask for Hank to set up an appointment to tour the campus or get your questions answered. That's 904-483-9460 or visit jtech.org.
Just be in control. With free interest checking and great digital tools, Community First makes smarter banking simple. Add an account at justbeyourself.com. Community First Credit Union. Just be yourself. Federally insured by NCUA.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Show your support by attending Hubbard House's Barbara N. Campbell Memorial Breakfast October 5th, an inspirational event benefiting local survivors. Tickets are available at hubbardhouse.org/breakfast.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Austin Lane from Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Smart speakers are becoming part of everyday life, so why not use it to listen to the radio? Tell Alexa, Google Home, or any other speaker to play ESPN 690. Give it a shot weekday afternoons from 3 to 6.
Wilson directing traffic to the end zone, and Hollister has it.
Wilson gets outside the pocket. He's extending the play, and Hollister knows that. And Wilson finds and throws it just over the top. Just watch Hollister. He's looking back at his quarterback, and he knows he's in trouble. A little push-off maybe. But Russell Wilson extending the play, buying time for Hollister to uncover, and then a great catch by Hollister.
Well, there you go. That's a good find right there. A couple years ago, Monday Night Football. You had to go way back in the archives here, Casey.
How deep would you have to dig for that one, Casey?
Deep.
I bet.
I'm not going to lie, though. It was a heck of a
years.
catch, though. That's why I pulled it. Like, he was, like, falling down and one-handed. Could have used two. Said, I'm going to use one.
Okay.
We need this guy.
A little swag. Now, be honest.
This guy.
Casey, be honest.
Yeah.
And I get where we covered the Jacksonville Jaguars and everything, but did he push off? Was it a penalty?
Oh, yeah.
It was a penalty?
I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a penalty.
You know, I think if we lost on that play, we'd come in here on a Monday and we'd be mad at Jacob Hollister in that situation.
Okay.
But when he's on our team,
more
totally
power
fair.
to him. Push all day as long as you don't get called. I like
do
it,
what you
man.
got to do.
I like it.
You got to separate a little bit if you need to do it. Separation. All right, hey, let's talk a little bit about the running game. We have A.J. Cann scheduled to join us. I say scheduled, but it should happen. 4 o'clock. But just in case, I say scheduled. 4 o'clock on ESPN 690. We'll do our picks at 4:30. We have a little high school talk coming up around 5:30. We got football at 5. So loaded up here on a Friday heading into a holiday weekend, and the last one without a Jacksonville Jaguars game that counts. And the NFL, of course. We have our fantasy draft on Sunday night, don't we?
Sunday night. Thanks for reminding me. Actually, I have to go through the order today because it's completely at random. So I'm going to have Casey watch over me just to make sure I don't cheat or anything. But draft orders will be posted later today. So expect that, Brent.
My guess is you'll cheat a little. You won the first year? We've done this 2 years. You lost in the championship last year, or did you even make the championship?
Brent. So I won the first year, won the regular season, won the championship, won the regular season this following year, or this past season, but then lost the championship. I think to the Stewart, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even remember. It's so far in my rear view mirror, so it is what it is.
Does anybody care if you win the regular season? Just curious.
That's a good question.
A thing? Like, is that really a thing? Like,
so I mean, the way some leagues are, that there is a payout for being having the best record. There's a payout for the regular season and a payout for the playoffs. We obviously don't do any of that. It's just for pride, which is the most important thing, really.
Okay.
But I mean, also, why are you asking that question? Because you finished dead to last both seasons, so it doesn't matter for you.
Whoa. Time out. I finished runner-up in the league.
Sorry.
In year 1.
Sorry, Rich Jones got dead last because he didn't really play it that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Runner-up. Auto-drafted runner-up. picked and then finished like 5th, just out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Michael Thomas will do that to you sometimes.
Yeah, damn it, Michael Thomas.
Y'all better watch out. I only got 2 tight ends on my radar. It's Travis Kelce or it's Jacob Hollister.
I was going to say, how high on the waiver wire is Jacob Hollister for us in our fantasy football league? Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey, live at Extreme Wings here on Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jags. Happy hour happening right now all the way through our show and until 7 o'clock. Come on by. Say you listen to the show. Maybe I buy you a beer. How about that? Beers with Brent. I can't drink any, but I'll buy you one. $1.95 for domestic, $6.95 for domestic pitchers, $2.50 for well drinks, and you got that on happy hour all the way through 7 o'clock. Hey, the running game with the rookie quarterbacks. Casey wanted to get to this yesterday. We put it off until today. Casey, take us where you're going.
All right, so you set me up there, so the answer to this question might be pretty easy, but James Robinson, Damian Harris, either Tevin Coleman or Ty Johnson, depending on how you look at things.
Okay.
And I'm even going to throw David Montgomery and Joe Mixon in there.
It's nice of you.
They all have in common what, Austin?
Oh, wow. What do they all have in common?
Mm-hmm.
They led the league as rookies? I don't know. But can you say them all again? I'm sorry, man. I wasn't.
That's okay.
That's a lot of names.
We got James Robinson.
Yep.
We know that guy.
Yes.
Damian Harris.
Damian Harris, okay.
We know that guy.
Yeah.
Tevin Coleman / Ty Johnson.
Which is okay. Got it.
We got David Montgomery.
David Montgomery, got it.
We got Joe Mixon.
What do they all have in common?
That's correct.
I mean, you're taking this like it's like a question on the SATs. I mean, if you need to phone a friend, just phone a friend.
Hey, Brent,
it's okay
do you know?
If you get it wrong.
Hey, Brent, do you know?
Well, yeah, because I kind of know where he's going with it.
All right, what do you got, Brent?
They're all playing with rookie quarterbacks.
Ah, good call.
David Montgomery at some point will, because Justin Fields will get in. And I threw Joe Mixon in there because Joe Burrow's still sort of a rookie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that
so
is the
young,
reason.
let's just say young quarterbacks at the very least. But.
And that's the reason we're doing this exercise.
Okay.
Because you heard Urban Meyer. He talked to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow said, you got to run the football. Bill Belichick said they're going to run the football to keep Mac Jones safe, if you will. So the question I present for the Jaguars, who have James Robinson, who will be running the ball for a rookie QB, how much should they be running the ball? As much, more, less, all the time, some of the time, how much they're running?
Okay.
Yeah, listen, here's the deal. Like, I get what they're doing. That all makes sense. And to reference just to not assume that everybody heard Monday Night Football when I think the broadcast team said this, because Urban had said it to our broadcast team in the opener as well against Cleveland. And this was in the production meeting. And he said, hey, I talked to Joe Burrow a couple of times over the last year and said, hey, what's the method? Like, what's the best thing to do for a rookie quarterback? And Burrow's like, run the ball, run the ball. And you look at Burrow, obviously he got hurt, but he got banged up and he was throwing a lot, and they couldn't do that with their offensive line. So there's some logic there. Sure. And then you look at what the Jags did, right? They go out and get ETN in the first round. And I don't think specifically to run the ball, but to give him another weapon in the backfield and in the passing game, at least the short passing game, which New England over the years used effectively as running plays anyway. So you can do that too, get the ball out of your hands, kind of like what we saw with Trevor Lawrence last week. But they beefed up. They didn't go invest in their offensive line, Austin, but in their mind they did invest in their blocking, because they went and got Manhurts, who this franchise, this coaching staff thinks he is like unbelievable. James O'Shaughnessy said it too. He said he's an amazing blocker. So that's how high they are on Chris Manhurts. And then they got Luke Farrell in the 6th round, but they felt like he was the best blocking tight end coming out in the draft out of Ohio State. So they feel like they put more around their running game in the draft and in free agency and made it a priority. So, yeah, I would say their plan is to run the football. And keep in mind, Trevor can use his legs too.
No, they're definitely going to run the football because that's going to help the quarterback out, obviously. But if Urban Meyer would have asked Justin Herbert, hey, how do you have success? I don't know. Throw it 100 times a game to Keenan Allen and Hunter Henry, essentially, and then throw it to Austin Eckler when he's healthy in the backfield. That's the way Joe Burrow did things. But it's not, to me, it's not the blueprint of how a rookie quarterback should play. Now, I think if you analyze this team and you analyze Trevor Lawrence's skill set, you will see that, yeah, I think it would make a lot of sense to run the football and to take some pressure off of Trevor. But at the same time, when I see guys like DJ Chark and I see guys like Marvin Jones and I see guys like Laviska Shenault, I don't want to just be the run, all right, play action pass type of team, because we've seen how that worked out in the past and it didn't do so well. So I get the whole philosophy of what Urban wants to do here, but I'm also going to say trust in your quarterback. He went number one for a reason. Urban Meyer's a coach here because of Trevor Lawrence. Let's see what the kid's got.
Yeah, I agree with that. Here's the deal. When you say run the ball, like in this context, a lot of people will be like, well, you have a game manager. You don't have a guy that can get it done at quarterback, right? And there are those quarterbacks. I mean, you had to be able to run the ball, and the Jags didn't do it enough at times with Blake Bortles. They knew that. They needed to run and then set up the play action to make him effective. They couldn't just drop him back 45 times. I remember looking up some crazy stats on Bortles. When he threw it like over 35 times in his career, it wasn't pretty. I forget the numbers now. It just wasn't pretty. So they needed the formula to kind of work. Now, they didn't need him to throw it 18 times, but they needed him to not throw it 35-plus times. Mm-hmm. I think Trevor Lawrence can win you some of those games. You want the ball in his hands a lot. He's talented. You hope he becomes your best offensive player, quite frankly. So this isn't like from a game manager type. This is more from a healthy acclimation period. Let him grow into the NFL and into the system and into these new looks on defense. That will help you. And why will it help you? Because you're not on 3rd and 12. You're more 3rd and 5, more 3rd and 4 if you can run the football effectively. So you got to understand the context of it. And I do. I mean, I think they're right. I don't know what that means, because I think Herbert got in a situation, Austin, where he was in a lot of close games. And to be in close games and coming back in close games, like down late, he was forced to throw it a lot. I don't know if they ever went into the week like, hey, let's throw 45 times today. Like, nobody does that. So,
yeah, but, I mean, when you have Austin Eckler on IR and you have guys like Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Hunter Henry, like, you would think that the primary objective of that offense was to be to pass first.
Yeah, get it in the playmaker's hands. And like you said, when Eckler went down and Gordon was gone, of course. So, I think that the situation dictated they have to do that. I think what they're trying to do in Jacksonville, and to Casey's point in New England and other places, trying to avoid that situation, trying to still be a factor in the running game. And I guess that gives you a little bit of hope this year on the offensive side of things, because the Jags were a factor in the running game last year. James Robinson was very good. The offense blocked well in the running game, or well enough. And now you add some of those quick passes that we saw against Dallas, get it in playmakers' hands, whether it's bubble screens or just, slants, whatever it is. Now you can get him in a rhythm and use this entire offense and this entire playbook. But I would say 9 out of 10. I mean, heck, even Tom Brady says you got to be able to run the ball a little bit, Of course. And they could do that and accomplish that sometimes with Brady and his skill set and his veteran experience and the short passing game. I think the Jags will utilize that. I think they would have utilized that even more with ETN.
No, I agree with you. They still have yet to kind of find that guy that's going to fill in for ETN, and they may never find that guy. But at the end of the day, when you talk about if you want to slow the game down, if you want to inflict your will and inflict your physicality, James Robinson is going to help you do that. We'll see where Carlos Hyde fits into things, right? He looked good in training camp. Preseason, we saw him sparingly, but one would think that they're going to use him as well. Urban Meyer seems to really like Carlos Hyde a lot. So it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be a little bit of what you saw last year, I think, where with a heavy dose of the run game. When you need to pass, you're going to pass. But I think the objective right now is to get Trevor Lawrence the most confidence possible. And if that's maybe tapering him off a little bit to start out the season, run the ball a little more, then so be it for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Casey, did you have another spin-off of that question, or was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
That's it. Okay. That's not disappointing. I was just asking. I didn't want to glance by it.
I just want to jump in about Austin Eckler. I need that guy to stay healthy, because I keep consistently drafting him in fantasy. He consistently gets hurt.
I know, man.
And then the next year, I've done it 3 times already. I'm like, you know what? Let me get him again.
Dude can put up Alvin Kamara numbers when he's healthy. But when he's not, it's one of those things. And he's obviously a great story, too. I think being an undrafted free agent and all that stuff, and Melvin Gordon leaves and becomes the bell cow, and you see what happens last year. So, yeah, hopefully he can stay healthy, regardless if he's on my fantasy team or not. I'm just a big fan of his story.
Who needs the running game more than anybody else if you take the top 5 quarterbacks? And Trey Lance isn't going to play, so let's not do that. Let's keep Justin Fields in the conversation. Let's keep Joe Burrow in the conversation, for that matter. Who is going to need the most help with a running game to have success out of the young players?
Can you say them one more time, please, Casey? Or just give me the teams?
Well, just the quarterbacks. So just quarterbacks, Austin.
Okay.
Right. Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Joe Burrow, and I think that's all we had.
Okay.
So those 5, if you said, hey, this guy, if he's going to have a successful year, he needs the running game to be effective.
Go ahead, Casey.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Really?
I want to keep Trevor Lawrence safe. We have James Robinson is better than any of the running backs I named off on my list. I'd take him over Joe Mixon, whoever runs the ball for the Jets, David Montgomery, and whoever else. So I think he's the best option. I want to keep Trevor Lawrence safe. Say what you want about the offensive line, but it's there, it's not. You never know. So give me Trevor Lawrence.
See, I'm leaning a little bit towards I would either go, I think, Joe Burrow, or I would go Zach Wilson, because in terms of wide receiving cores, like Cincinnati on paper, they look freakish. You have T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, who's the slot, Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd's proven, but everybody else is kind of, they're young, they're up and coming, and you don't know like how reliable they can be. And you saw Jamar Chase have a case of the drops, it seemed like the entire preseason. And I think with like Zach Wilson's case in New York, I'll be honest, once again, they're a very young receiving core, but I can't name a lot of their players in terms of what they bring to the table. And they just lost, they just brought in Corey Davis, who's going to be the focal point, but everybody else, I don't know, we'll see. So I would probably go one of those two guys.
That's interesting you guys say that. I think this one's kind of easy. I think Mac Jones does. I think Jones needs the running game to be effective, to be able to utilize the play action, to all that stuff, because I really don't think his receiving core is anything to shake a stick at. Now, you got the tight end room that's pretty good.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's okay. But, I mean, first of all, you got to stay healthy, which, assuming they do, that's good. You got tight ends. But the receivers, Nelson Aguilar, Jacoby Myers, right? Kendrick Bourne. I mean, I think they need Damian Wilson, James White, those kind of guys to open up everything else. And I would say out of the 5 players, I think Mac Jones could really thrive with a good running game and might need it. I don't see Mac dropping back 45 times and having a ton of success. I think if Trevor Lawrence has to have 45 throws in a game, I think he can pick you apart, especially with the Jags receiving core. So
yeah, I think with the Patriots, I mean, if you look back to what 2011, 2010, what Tom Brady had, it was all Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. I can't really remember who their wide receivers were. And I feel like the running game, the running game was always strong, but what they had Green Ellis, I think, for a little bit. So, and that didn't stop Tom Brady. I think when you give Mac Jones, Jonnu Smith, and you give him Hunter Henry, if they can stay healthy, the tight end can always be the quarterback's best friend.
Yeah, I think you go all the way back. I'm trying to think early Brady when they beat like the Rams. I think it was, what was it? Was it Antoine Smith? I think was what his running back at that time. That they used that. Then it was Corey Dillon for a bit. That was effective in New England. So, I don't know. Early on, I still think these young guys do need it. But I think Mac Jones would win the day for me in terms of needing the running game. We'll see what happens. We're live from Extreme Wings, Roosevelt Boulevard, right near NAS Jags. Come on out, say hello. We're here until 6 o'clock, happy hour until 7, and a big college football weekend on all the TVs here at Extreme Wings. We'll be back on ESPN 690.
ESPN 690 Sports Center Update.
We made it to Friday, Jacksonville, and you know what that means. The Blitz is on. I'm Casey Kurtz. Action Sports Jax has this high school football Friday covered, and we start on the radio side. Join Brent Martineau, Coach Kevin Sullivan, and myself on the Blitz Scoreboard Show right here on ESPN 690 and our streaming platforms from 9 to 10:20. Then flip on your TV to Fox 30 for the Friday Night Blitz, starting at 10:30 with Brent Martineau and Stuart Weber. Then flip to CBS 47 at 11:20 for the Lightning edition of the Friday Night Blitz. No one has high school football coverage in Jacksonville better than Action Sports Jax. In college football, UCF overcame a 21-0 deficit to beat the Boise State Broncos 36-31, and Ohio State beat Minnesota 45-31. This Sports Center update sponsored by Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge.
We appreciate all the support over the years of our Action Sports Jax Dream 18. Almost $200,000 raised for local charities. We want you to be a part of this year's edition of the Action Sports Jax Dream 18 Golf Tournament. It'll be September 20th at the Golf Club at Southampton, brought to you by Cadillac. Come check it out. Be a part of it. Get a foursome, a tea sponsor. Maybe get your business involved. Go to actionsportsjaxdream18.com. Help give back to local charities that support junior golf and also the local military. actionsportsjaxdream18.com.
Hi, Steve. Have a seat. I just wanted to see how your meeting with Chardonnay went.
Chardonnay?
According to your Peak push-to-talk device, you were with Chardonnay or Porsche or Bambi.
Oh, Bambi, right.
I clicked boop to talk, and I was talking, but you weren't booping.
I can explain.
Love these little things. I know exactly where my people are anytime I need them. Boop.
I was in a boopin' meeting. We got the contract to build the champagne room at the Jiggle and Wiggle Gentlemen's Club.
You have glitter all over your face.
Find your people with a boop. BoopToTalk.com.
Boop. It is the home of the Action Sports Jax Dream 18, and make it your home course as well. The Golf Club at Southampton in North St. Johns County, located off County Road 210. It's family-owned and operated. Southampton is a fun course to play, and the Golf Club at Southampton offers club membership programs starting at just $79. With its elite practice facilities and player-friendly golf course design, it'll be your gateway to a great time with the family or with your buddies. For information on the membership programs, call the Golf Club at Southampton, 904-287-PLAY. Again, it's 904-287-PLAY.
Is your home not feeling very new anymore? Sick of that pink bathroom tile, popcorn ceilings, a stove older than you are? Whether it's repairs or reno, finance it smart with a Honeydew HELOC from 1-to-1 Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union, where you can borrow up to 90% of your home's appraised value. You've got good taste, but your block counters ain't cheap. So get to work and open a Honeydew HELOC with 1-to-1 Financial. When you do, we'll send you a free handyman tool set to get started. Apply online at 121fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Massive increases in online ordering since the pandemic have sent demand for delivery truck drivers through the roof. And with that being said, the increased competition for those willing to be long-haul truckers has led to pay for drivers to be at an all-time high. Truck drivers are the glue that holds supply chains together, and no container, straight truck, or trailer moves without, at some point, a truck driver. So that means that right now there are high-paying job opportunities for people that are willing to get their Class A commercial driver's license, and J-Tech can help. J-Tech Institute's 4 or 8 week commercial truck driving and CDL program is helping students acquire the skills necessary to prepare for their CDL examination and to launch successful careers as commercial truck drivers. To learn more about J-Tech, visit jtech.org or call them at 904-483-9460. Ask for Hank to set up an appointment to tour the campus or get your questions answered. That's 904-483-9460 or visit jtech.org.
Happy football season. Oh, it's so good to have it back. What do you say we get a pint? You can do that at Culhane's Irish Pub all football season at Atlantic Beach in the South Side, 2 locations. TVs to watch your favorite teams like the Georgia Bulldogs, fish and chips, shepherd's pie, plenty of food and drink while you watch football. Go today for lunch or dinner, eat in, order out. Culhane'sIrishPub.com and try the new Five Sisters vodka at happy hour. 2 locations, Atlantic Beach and South Side. Culhane's Irish Pub, Irish sass with 5-star class. It's a new approach to healthcare. The Center for Health and Sports Medicine is built on the pillars of health: physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional, with primary care sports medicine physicians, mental health counselors, an advanced diagnostics lab for wellness and sports medicine, and 24/7 on-site state-of-the-art fitness facility, all under one roof. What does this mean for you? As a Center for Health and Sports Medicine patient, you'll receive medical care in a collaborative, proactive, goal-oriented manner. In other words, everything they do is centered around you. Learn more at jacksfamilysportsmed.com.
Galaxy Builders, they're out of this world. Galaxy Builders, they're out of this world.
Attention residential roof repair technicians. Do you feel a lack of support from your boss or feel you're underpaid? If so, Galaxy Builders wants to interview you today. Galaxy Builders is hiring experienced roof repair technicians and offers a $5,000 signing bonus, 401k plan, and a fully outfitted company truck. Fill out the Contact Us form at galaxyfla.com to schedule an interview.
Your experience matters. At University of Phoenix, relevant life experience and eligible transfer credits can help you earn your degree faster and for less. In fact, undergrads who apply these credits, on average, save about 1 year and $11,000. Get the credit you deserve for time spent in the classroom, on the job, and in life. and see how much you can save at phoenix.edu. That's phoenix.edu.
Listen to ESPN 690 anytime, anywhere, on any device. Whether you're at home or on the go, get the latest on the Jags, FSU, the Jumbo Shrimp, and Action Sports Jacks on Odyssey.com. That's AUDACY.com or on ESPN690.com.
Taylor and Brown on their way to the mound, and this could be all for Harris. He has pitched a beauty.
How's the hole, Daddy? Look a little tired. I'm throwing every piece of junk I can think of at him, Skipper. I got enough left for one more hitter.
Nah, you pitched a hell of a game, man. Take a seat. We'll see if we can get this guy out for you.
Game, Eddie.
Give me Vaughn.
You want Vaughn?
I know he hadn't done very well against this guy, but I got a hunch he's due.
Yeah, a little Wild Thing. Little Ricky Vaughn.
Now the question is why?
Little Major League. That's your favorite movie, Casey? Or is that favorite baseball movie or favorite movie?
Favorite baseball movie.
Did you just watch? You might want to drop whatever just happened there.
Dropped.
I don't know if something just slipped up there.
I didn't hear anything.
I don't know. I don't know if I heard it correctly.
Okay, I got you.
But hopefully the drop button was applied.
It was.
Good. Good move by Casey. All right. So yeah, what is the Major League rejoin for?
It's Charlie Sheen's birthday.
Oh, it's Charlie Sheen's birthday?
It's Charlie Sheen's birthday.
Dang.
How's Charlie Sheen doing these days?
How is Charlie Sheen doing, Casey? Do we know?
The only thing we know is he's 56.
Was Charlie Sheen kind of the influencer before influencers were a thing? Like, remember the whole Tiger Blood thing and winning? Like, that dude was on a different stratosphere for a while. And, like, TikTok wasn't even a thing yet. I feel like Instagram wasn't even that big of a thing.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you think he might have been – what was he doing from an influencer standpoint?
I'm saying, like, everybody was, like, talking about Tiger's Blood and hashtag winning. Like, that was Charlie Sheen.
Oh, yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, in terms of, I think it was, like, from an interview. Might have been with Barbara Walters, one of the OGs, or maybe Diane Sawyer. I don't know. One of the Mount Rushmore of interviewers, I remember that interview was. And, because I think he was sick. I think he didn't have HIV. No, not HIV.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, he had HIV.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, and then they interviewed him about it, and then the dude just went off on a tangent saying how he's winning and he's got Tiger's Blood and he's going to be okay and all this stuff, and it caught fire, and everybody started talking like that. So, yeah, he was essentially the first influencer before influencers were even a thing.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, because he had a, tough go on a lot of levels for a bit there, right? Wasn't he, all over the map? Am I thinking of the right?
Oh, yeah. In terms of partying and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I felt like he was I don't even know if TMZ was a thing at that point, but I feel like Charlie Sheen would have been, leading TMZ for about 2 years.
For sure.
All right,
he killed my man's off 2.5 Men just because. That was weird. I don't know if you watched 2.5 Men, but he just, died.
I was just going to ask that. So, Charlie Sheen, 2.5 Men or Major League?
I've only seen one of them, so I have to go Major League.
Oh, you haven't seen 2.5 Men, the show?
I've never seen the whole show. I've seen parts of it.
Oh, I thought that show was just fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Great question, Brent. That's why they pay you the big bucks. That's a tough one because I like Major League, but 2.5 Men, very close second.
Really?
Yeah,
close
I think
second.
I'd pick 2.5 Men. Okay. Oh, man. And here's the thing about 2.5 Men. Again, you're talking about a guy that I don't watch all these shows, but that one I would be hooked on. Now, there's a big difference, right? That show went so long that the kid grew up and got big.
Yeah.
But whenever that happened, it was like, okay, this doesn't work as much anymore.
Well,
but when the kid was little,
Yeah.
For whatever stretch that was, right, 3 to 5 years, I don't know what it was. That show I thought was just fantastic.
Who was the kid? What was the whole story? Why was the kid living? Why was there 2.5 Men living together? I guess.
Okay, so yeah, great question.
Yeah.
So Charlie played Charlie. His name in the show is Charlie.
Okay.
And he was rich because he wrote jingles for commercials.
Okay.
And then his brother was this dude named Alan.
Okay.
And
Who's the other guy? Who's the other? Okay.
Well, yeah, that's how he could be the other man or he could be the half, depending on how you look at it.
Okay.
He had a kid with his wife. They got divorced. He had nowhere to go. So the kid and Alan, the kid is Jake, they move into Charlie's house. So that's 2.5 men.
Okay, so Jake would be the nephew of Charlie.
That's correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's cool, Casey, that you like that. So that would have been like in your wheelhouse, right? 2.5 Men.
Yeah. I mean,
because that had some, like, if you were, how old would you have been?
Yeah, I mean, I was like middle schoolish when it was like super popular.
Okay, so that's perfect, actually, because just some of the innuendo stuff in that show and everything else would be like perfect for like a teenager.
Yeah. No, it was dope.
So yeah, I thought that show is awesome. I thought it was terrific.
Once they killed Charlie, though, that was it. Ashton Kutcher just wasn't.
So they killed him?
Yeah, they had to because of all the stuff. Like,
Yeah.
they had to get him off the show.
Yeah, he just abruptly died, and then there was like 2 episodes of a funeral, and then it got weird because Ashton Kutcher like moved into bought the house because Ashton Kutcher's character was also rich.
Okay.
And then he just let Alan stay there.
So
with
then
the kid.
Ashton Kutcher essentially took over Charlie Sheen's role.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
And I'll tell you what, for that's a sloppy kind of hard thing to do. Like Kutcher didn't do a bad job. It just couldn't work. It just could never be what it was, you know? Like, I didn't even think he was that bad in it. But again, I think it was more the kid got older. It just wasn't as good anymore when the kid was.
For
he got
background,
big.
the kid was hilarious.
The kid was great.
Like, the writing was really good. The delivery was very funny.
Does the kid do anything anymore, like acting, or is he just he probably made all that money, now he's good, huh?
Yeah, he kind of lost it.
Oh, he went crazy?
He's super religious now and has a big beard. It's
Well, hey.
No, I'm just saying.
Super religious and he lost it. I mean,
well, no, he lost it, but then he has a big beard.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, he was a kid. Like, I'm saying, he was a kid on the show. He was like 6, and now he has a beard down to like his feet. It's dope.
Hey,
it's
Casey,
awesome.
are we talking Scientology though, or what are we talking about?
I don't think so. I think
okay.
just religious.
Well, that's
That's the other good show,
Yeah.
Leah, right? Leah Remedi, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's King of Queens. Now
oh, jeez. So
I knew we'd get somewhere with this, all because
that was a good segment.
We're really going
That
down
was
the
a
road
really
here.
good sports segment right there on the show. Happy birthday, Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
That's where we go. Live at Extreme Wings, Roosevelt Boulevard, near NAS Jags, Action Sports Jags on ESPN 690. AJ Cann on deck. The Jaguars offensive lineman joins us when we come back.
Hello, Jacksonville. This is Greg McGarity. The future of college football is now, and our primary goal is to position the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl and Jacksonville to be prepared for a potential college football expansion. And we need you, our local business leaders, to join our team and showcase that Jacksonville supports college football. Gator Bowl Sports has opportunities for all companies, whether you have 5 employees or 5,000. I would love to meet you and talk about our future. If you'd like to learn more, contact me at 904-798-1700.
Hi, Steve. Have a seat. I just wanted to see how your meeting with Chardonnay went.
Chardonnay?
According to your peak push-to-talk device, you were with Chardonnay or Porsche or Bambi.
Oh, Bambi, right.
I clicked boop to talk, and I was talking, but you weren't booping.
I can explain.
Love these little things. I know exactly where my people are anytime I need them. Boop.
I was in a boopin' meeting. We got the contract to build the champagne room at the Jiggle and Wiggle Gentlemen's Club.
You have glitter all over your face.
Find your people with a boop. BoopToTalk.com.
Boop.
Temperatures keep climbing and hotter weather means your body needs more water. Stay hydrated. CGC Water Treatment wants to make sure the water you and your family drink is cleaner, healthier, and tastes great. It starts with the Connecticut system, proudly made in America and installed by the pros CGC Water. Not sure about your water? Call CGC. They'll analyze your water for free. I haven't had to worry about my water since I got mine installed because Connecticut systems remove up to 99% of the contaminants. If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Connecticut makes the world's most efficient softeners, non-electric, twin tanks that use less salt and water during regeneration. Save up to $500 on select softener and RO systems this month. Financing available with approved credit. Call CGC Water at 904-552-1242. Call and ask about Conway Club, the new service program that will save you money on salt, filters, delivery, parts, and labor. Tell them Brent sent you and find out all the details and all the great ways you can save. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com, your local independent Connecticut dealer.
The Center for Health and Sports Medicine delivers an individualized 360-degree approach to your health, providing a whole-person approach to primary care and sports medicine. With primary care and sports medicine physicians, mental health counselors, the Sports Performance Lab, and 24/7 on-site state-of-the-art wellness center, all under one roof. They'll work to maximize your health by creating a foundational focus on physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. The MD VIP program provides even more benefits like appointment guarantees and after-hour care. Learn more at jacksfamilysportsmed.com.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Wideout David Patton, who had a 12-year NFL career and won 3 Super Bowl rings with the Patriots, has died in a motorcycle crash in South Carolina. According to police, Patton's motorcycle crossed the median and caused 2 cars to crash. David Patton was 47. The Giants and Dodgers are tied for the National League West lead, and they'll open a 3-game series tonight in San Francisco. ESPN's Buster Olney.
It feels like the Dodgers have a 3-game lead because of all that momentum that they built since they made that trade just before the deadline for Max Scherzer and Trey Turner. They are gathering momentum, and they are clearly the favorite now to win the World Series.
Buster Olney on Key J&Z. Cubs manager David Ross and team president Jed Hoyer both test positive for COVID-19. Both of them are vaccinated and are now quarantining without symptoms. The Cubs are among a handful of MLB teams that are below 85% vaccinated. Cubs lead the Pirates today 5-2, now in the 6th inning at Wrigley.
Look like $1 million with Dollar Shave Club. Upgrade to a DSC 6-blade razor for a noticeably smooth shave thanks to their 6 precision-cut stainless steel blades. Find your perfect shave wherever you shop, in-store and online at dollarshaveclub.com. That's dollarshaveclub.com.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. This is Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
With the 67th pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select A.J. Cann, guard, South Carolina.
Wow, that was a while ago for A.J. Cann, huh? South Carolina guy. And now he's been a Jaguars guy for a while. I mean, really a cool story is A.J. Cann, I think, with the Jags. I've said this for a number of years now. And I think we talked about him earlier in the summer, Austin. But this guy's been a survivor on this roster, and you can try to get him out of there, and he just keeps playing good, consistent football for the Jags and is available, too, you know, for the most part. Been healthy in his career, knock on wood. Brent Martineau here at Extreme Wings, Roosevelt Boulevard, Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. When they're NAS Jacks, come on out, say hello, be here until 6 o'clock, but happy hour is until 7 o'clock. And then you got all the football this weekend, and then all the football next weekend when it all gets going, really next Thursday night in the NFL to kick off the year with the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Dallas Cowboys. Tons of TVs right here at the Roosevelt Boulevard location. 4 locations in Jacksonville, Ocean Way, Atlantic Boulevard, and 210 in St. Johns County as well. Austin Lane back in the Action Sports Jack studios along with Casey. I like the A.J. Cann story, man. I mean, I always have. I'm a fan of his. And I know everybody in that offensive line, and everybody talks about it. Now nationally they're talking about it after the first couple preseason games. And they weren't even healthy that much in the preseason, all out there at the same time. But I think Cann's a nice story because I think we talk about him the least. And we all know that's the cliche of offensive linemen. The less we talk about you, the better.
No, for sure. You know, it's obviously, it can be a thankless position. It's definitely not a sexy position in terms of fantasy numbers and stats and all that stuff. But you know dang well that an offensive line is the lifeblood to help protect the quarterback. And when you got a guy in Trevor Lawrence here now, there's nothing more essential than having a great offensive line. So it's more important than it ever has been before. And A.J. Cann is a testament to just, you know, finding a way to stick on team year after year after year. And, I think they always, what is it? Is it 2.5 years, I want to say, is the average lifespan of an NFL player nowadays?
I think that
and
is
I think
it,
he's
yeah.
going on either his 6th or his 7th year, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a testament to just what that guy brings to the table.
Yeah, he's been very good. What's interesting about like the right guard position? It's already the least talked about position, I think. Left tackle, right tackle, center. The guards don't get as much conversation. How do you view that position overall on the offensive line? Can you plug and play? Do you need to be a stud? Has it morphed kind of like the right tackle? It used to be left tackle was way more important than the right tackle. Not many people believe that anymore, right? So, like, where's the just guard play in general, I guess, known usually for your ability in the run game, but certainly you got to be good against that interior pass rush where so many teams have tried to be great at. When you have Aaron Donalds of the world, usually, when you have to bump Tom Brady out of the way, that's where you get them on the interior. So the interior, I think, gets under-talked about, overlooked, but still super important on that line.
So when you talk about, back when I played, starting in 2010 in the league, it was predominantly you had your athletic guys on the left side to help protect the passer in his blind side, and your maulers, your glass eaters were on the right side. And I spent predominantly my time on the right side because that's where the run was going to be, usually. And that's where Evan Britton was, and that's where I fought him pretty much every single day in practice because, the personalities don't mix sometimes. But
that's where Vince Manawai was for all those years here.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And you want to talk about another dude who played with some nastiness to him. And he was like the most calm guy off the field. It's crazy how that works. I think nowadays, though, Brent, it's the game has changed so much because – it used to be about pounding the rock and running power type run plays, and now it's opened up more. It's more spread. It's more speed. It's more not so much getting up the middle, but getting to the side, getting the corner, getting the edges, stuff like that. So nowadays, you have to be versatile, and it's not just, okay, we get to put our athletic guys on the left side and our strong guys on the right. No, like those days are gone. You have to be good everywhere, especially the way that quarterbacks can scramble now. And if you do choose to run some RPO type stuff, every guy's got to be on the same page. So I think the days of kind of pigeonholing, if you will, the athletic guys on the left and the strong guys on the right, those days are gone.
Yeah. Did you say glass eaters?
Glass
eaters. I know
eaters.
the mauler, but they're glass eaters too, those guards.
Yeah, man. You think of some dude that eats glass, probably not the most pleasant to be around.
No.
Right? Yeah.
Well, some I know swallow glass.
Yeah, well, and then some swallow glass, but yeah.
Not
It's
intentional.
It's a good point. I forgot who used to say glass eaters.
I know. I haven't heard that as much. That's why you said it. I was like, I've always heard
one
maulers.
One of my coaches said glass eaters, and it wasn't Joe Collin. I forgot who it was. But yeah.
All right.
Good glass eaters. Use that one.
Well, we are scheduled to have AJ Cann on in this half hour, so we'll see if we can get him on the line coming up. He's got some things going on as well as a football season ahead, so hopefully we'll catch up with the Jacksonville Jaguars right guard on the show. Until we do that, I mentioned the Bucs-Cowboys game is coming up in less than a week, which means the season starts in less than a week.
Yeah. But Brett, keep in mind, it's going to be opening night is going to be featuring Ed Sheeran is going to be the musical guest to really kick things off for your Thursday night football. So
wow, Kuz will be all over that.
Oh, the guy is going to be on cloud nine because nothing kicks off an NFL season like some dude from England singing on an acoustic guitar. Hey, NFL, let's do better though, huh? Let's do a little better.
Kicks off an NFL season like some dude from England
on an acoustic
guitar.
Yeah,
I like it.
Shout out to NFL. Yeah, but anyways, please continue.
Who would you go for?
I don't know. Metallica or something, maybe.
Is Metallica just like a default on that?
No. It can be Drake as far as I'm concerned. I'm just trying to think of not acoustic guitar and not singing about girls all the time. I don't know. Get Garth Brooks. Why not?
Game's in Tampa, right?
Game's in Tampa. I think, yeah. Or is it Dallas? Brent?
That I haven't. Sorry, I don't have my bets in yet.
We always defer to Brent.
Brent? Is that I didn't even look at that. Game is going to be at
Tampa. Yeah, because
I would assume it's at Tampa.
They
the Champions
get their rings and everything, so the game's going to be in Tampa.
Then give me Rod Wave. You know who Rod Wave is?
I know who Rod Wave is, yes.
He's from the area, the Tampa area. Give me Rod Wave.
Now, the country doesn't maybe know who Rod Wave is, but It's all good.
Brent?
I think I know who that is by name because I had to read it on a promo recently.
That is true. You did. That's right.
But I don't
the
know
Daly's
if I
concert tickets thing.
Yeah, but I don't really know if I know who that is. Give me a
Ghetto
song
Gospel,
for Rod
right?
Wave.
Was the album?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of. Okay.
Which one of our stations would I hear Rod Wave on?
Not Austin's, I don't think.
No. Power, right? Is that this? What's the?
Yes.
Yeah. Power.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
No, man, not at all. Pop talking about Power 106.5. No. Power though. Not 106.5. That's X. The other one.
Thank you.
Wait,
Okay.
Hey, don't put me on the spot then, huh?
I know. Well, you don't have to answer.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, okay. But yeah, Power.
It's all right. Don't worry. They've on the other.
We already used the dump button, so.
They've been like ESPN 620.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and call us what you want. It's all good. I don't care.
106.1 Power.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, missed it by that much, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. So that's who you would have. Do you like his call, Rod Wave? Do you like Casey saying that's who should open it up, or not enough people around the country and world know?
So he's more of like the R&B type hip hop. I'm not mad at that. I think it's when I hope Kuz is not listening. I think Kuz is getting married actually today.
Oh yeah, I got a text.
Do we do something or not?
I don't know.
Should I try to get him on the phone?
Should we call him?
Live to North Carolina we go?
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I mean, much to Kuz's chagrin, I think there's better people than Ed Sheeran, but it is what it is.
All right.
Like, I mean, I'll be honest, Brent. Like, do you think people are going to go crazy for Ed Sheeran in Tampa?
No, I seriously wonder. I know, like, this has been part of the allure of opening days, and like if you go to an All-Star weekend, right? There's musical performances, and listen, it's expensive to put on concerts, and Ed Sheeran probably costs a ton of money, and the NFL has a ton of money. But I just don't know. Does that really lure people in? Like, are we just watching it because they're showing it to us, or are you making sure you're in your seat in front of your TV or whatever when that's coming on? I just think it's part of the experience, but I don't know if it's a draw. Like, I doubt. Now, listen, if you're a big Ed Sheeran fan, then you're going to watch. You're going to want it anytime. Like, if Garth's on and before a soap opera, I'm probably going to go watch Garth.
Yeah.
All right? So I get it, but I just wonder, like, is that the attraction to try to get new fans to the NFL? I highly doubt the person that doesn't like the NFL or doesn't watch the NFL is staying to or watching Ed Sheeran play and perform, and then they're still there in the third quarter of the NFL game between Tampa and Dallas.
That's very true because, it's open day of football. So, like, diehard football fans will sit through whatever. They'll sit through the worst movie ever just to watch football. So I get what you're saying there, where this is catered more towards maybe the younger generations, the TikTok generations, all of that stuff. And with that being said, I should also mention that tune into 95.1 WAPE starting Monday with your chance to attend Ed Sheeran's Acoustic Cafe. You're going to be listening for a double shot of Ed. Anytime you hear two Ed Sheeran songs, that's going to qualify you for a trip to New York for the Ed Sheeran Acoustic Cafe. So
wow,
maybe somebody
is that real?
Yeah, maybe somebody was listening to me and said, "Hey, stop talking bad about him and promote this." So okay, there I did.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Do you know when it's going to happen?
What's that?
The double shot of Ed. Like, do they I'm going behind the scenes here.
Yeah. No, this is above my pay grade. I don't make those calls.
That's great. Somebody in your pay grade, somebody above your pay grade is listening to our show right now. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very, very much.
Don't text me, text Austin.
For sure.
And by the way, I feel like I should be able to go to the bar here at Extreme Wings and get a double shot of Ed. Just sounds like it'd be a great drink to order.
A double shot of Ed? All right. I see, Brent.
I understand that's a musical thing. I get it.
Yeah.
I do.
I got you.
All right, let's get back to the football game. Cowboys and Bucks, really. I know it's a week away. Does it do much for you?
I mean, I think we forget what the Cowboys looked like before Dak Prescott got hurt. Maybe we're a little worn out on the Cowboys from the Hard Knock season, which, by the way, it was still very good. Haters, because you weren't in it.
It was terrible.
Because you weren't in it, though.
There was nothing entertaining about the last episode, and I watched that one. It was the only one I watched because I was looking for me on the side.
You watched the last episode. You didn't watch the first three? That's like watching the season finale of Game of Thrones and saying, oh, so he's the king? What happened? Like
you are so on an island on this.
Good.
I can't find one person that
Fantastic.
has told me that they love Dallas Cowboys Hard Knocks.
Good.
I can't find anybody.
Good. You know why I appreciate Hard Knocks? Because I've said it many times on this show before. I appreciate Hard Knocks because there's nothing more realistic that you can watch besides the hunt with the Jacksonville Jaguars that gives you behind the scenes of what practice is like, what coaches are like, and what locker rooms are like. Like, that's the closest thing that you're going to get. So I love it. It takes me back to being in the locker room.
Yeah, I guess I could sense that from you. Yeah.
So
you're not looking at it for you don't need the entertainment hook. You're just kind of I remember that. I remember all that. So I get it. I guess.
Yeah, it's not like I'm like you and Stewart, like, oh, look at that camera angle. Whoa, wide shot. Whoa. I'm not like that. I just like the camaraderie that it's featured in those shows sometimes.
Yeah, well, I'm still a little ticked off that I wasn't shown on the sideline. Outside of that, I could have made my HBO debut, and I did not. Is there one more episode? Or is that it?
Yeah, no, because
there's got to be another one because they got to cut people.
Yeah, because they didn't do cuts yet. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, sorry. Carry on. So Dallas Cowboys and the Bucks. Do you like it?
Yeah. So I do like it because I think the Cowboys could be interesting. Now, are they on the same plane as the Buccaneers? Probably not. I think Buccaneers are one of the favorites to repeat and go to the Super Bowl once again. But at the same time, I think a high-powered offense in Dallas could make things interesting.
Yeah, somebody else said that, like, hey, somebody said the Bucs are going to win the Super Bowl again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, they're not. Like, but I've been saying Tom Brady isn't going to win another Super Bowl for a while now, and he just did last year. I just think, don't you get the feel that everything crescendoed at the right time for the Bucs? Like, they were okay early on. There was all that conversation and narrative about, hey, he's just finding his rhythm in the offense, and, it's a new offense. They didn't have the offseason, the COVID stuff, and then they started to go a little bit late in the year, and then in the postseason they played their best ball. They played defensively excellent. Their linebackers were all over the place the final month of the year, especially extremely high level.
Yeah.
Yes, they've got everybody coming back. Brady he still has the ability to play very good football, and that's not why I say they're not going to – like, I'm not going to use the narrative, well, he's getting older. Well, that's a tired narrative when it comes to Tom Brady because guess what? He's proved everybody wrong. I think he's still got a fastball. I think he can still win football games. I think he can still play excellent ball. I just don't know if everything is going to come together like it did last year for the Bucs. They look good on paper. They do. I'm not telling you they're going to go 4-13. But I just don't – I would pick like 8 teams before I'd pick the Bucs to win it again.
So the way I see it, though, with Tampa Bay last year and how things shook out, they got off to a rocky start. And you can chalk it up to COVID. You can chalk it up to no preseason. You can chalk it up to a bunch of new teammates playing together for the first time with a new offense that they're not really accustomed to. And then you slowly started to see them have more success as the season progressed. And then you saw that defense fire on all cylinders. Well, if that was the storyline last year, what's the storyline going to be when you bring pretty much everybody back? You have Antonio Brown coming back, who was a big part towards the end of the season, but now he's got a season once again underneath his belt with no drama. And now you bring back the preseason with no COVID protocols, where you miss practice and all this stuff. And now you have all this team, this nucleus, back together again with more time to work out with each other. One would think that it's going to look better than it did last year. Like, that's sometimes what history tells us a little bit. So, do I think they're going to repeat as Super Bowl champions? Probably not. But I think you'd be a little naive to say, well, they're not going to the Super Bowl. They have no chance because, I mean, if the players in that locker room can stay healthy, I think they absolutely do have a chance.
Yeah, listen, that is, and again, that's not where I'm coming from. He's certainly good on paper. I think they do have a chance. They've put themselves in a position to be in the conversation. And so, but I just am not strong with, they're going to win it again. They're going to go back again. I think you can make the case that there were a lot of teams last year that might have been better by week 10 that you would have said. I just think they really peaked at the right time, and that's part of it. Like, it's not really who's winning right now, who's going to win Thursday night, who's going to win next Sunday, who's going to win and be 4-0 in the first month. We know how the NFL works, right? I mean, sure. It's a long year. So it's who's going to really find their groove in December and January and still be left battling for that Super Bowl. I just would pick a lot of other teams that I feel stronger about that I'd put my weight behind than the Bucs.
Yeah, no, I got you. And we look at Kansas City, but we look at Kansas City, and I guess, like, throughout that season for Kansas City last year, like they don't win the Super Bowl, but they were pretty dominant in their own right, returning to the Super Bowl. But like towards the end of the year, they were playing in some pretty close games, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they beat Atlanta by 3, and that's the second to last game of the season. They beat New Orleans by 3. Which was the third to last game of the season, and they beat the Dolphins by like 5. So like those games towards the end were extremely close, and then they came down to the wire. And I don't think Kansas City was even close to playing their best brand of football, but they still got to the Super Bowl. I get the whole thing of peaking and playing football at the right time in terms of, everybody firing all cylinders. But when you got talent, sometimes talent can override that. To me, it overrided it when you played Buffalo. Buffalo was a fantastic team last year, and you pretty much curb stomped them. Now, the Cleveland game was a little closer for a lot of people's likings in Kansas City. But I think that when you have the talent, that's undeniable. And I see guys like Antonio Brown. I see guys like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin coming back, and then it's led by the GOAT. Why wouldn't you think this team can't go back to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, here's what's interesting. I'll put it in this context because you bring up the Chiefs. Coming off the Super Bowl win by the Chiefs, everybody's like, man, I don't know if anybody can catch them.
Yeah.
Right? That was kind of the feeling. It's like, dang, they have so many receivers. Patrick Mahomes is so good, only going to get better. I don't think anybody can catch them. Well, I think a year later, a lot of people are in the conversation. People have figured out we need like 3 wide receivers. We need a running back. We need a tight end. Now you have Buffalo. Now you have San Francisco. Now you have Arizona. You've got the Bucks.
Sure.
You got you name it. We got to load up. Well, people have loaded up, and I just don't know if people are feel that way about the Bucks. Like, I know they're all back. I know they got Tom Brady. I just don't know if it's like we really need to catch up to the Bucks. And I guess that's kind of where I'm coming from. I think the Bucks will be in the conversation. I think there are a lot of teams that are really good on paper that you could pick to win the Super Bowl. And you just play the trend. It's hard to go back to back. And I think Bucks have a chance to get old in a hurry because they do have some of that on their roster. We'll see what happens. We're live from Extreme Wings here on Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jags. Coming out, say hello. Be here until 6 o'clock, happy hour until 7. We're going to our first installment of Weekly Picks, the Pick 6, when we come back here on Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny today. An isolated shower will develop, moving quickly to the west and southwest and more inland with highs in the upper 80s, a little breezy at the beaches. Fair to partly cloudy and mild tonight, all the way down into the upper 60s inland, 70s at the beaches, and then partly sunny for tomorrow. Highs in the mid to upper 80s, and your Sunday will be partly sunny, again with an isolated shower or two with a high of 88. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Now you can buy like a dealer buys. Save thousands on thousands of diamonds for a limited time at Beard's Diamonds.
Hey, boss. Just got done with casing neighborhoods. Hey, have you noticed more Safe Touch security signs in yards lately?
No, I'll bet it's because of back to school.
Back to school?
Yeah. See, back in the old days, parents who worked in the afternoon had no idea when Junior got home from school, right?
Yeah. Oh, but now with Safe Touch, the app lets him know exactly when he walks in the door.
Right. Parents love it. And Safe Touch video monitoring can show him exactly who the precious angel is walking in with.
Oh, I get it. Safe Touch is like an extra pair of eyes for mom and dad.
Right. So the kids are never home alone.
And parents are never away from home.
Precisely. It's also one more reason why we crooks got our golden rule. Stay away from Safe Touch houses. Simple as 2 + 2.
Crooks know to stay away from Safe Touch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Call Safe Touch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
When you think about Jacksonville, you think about a city that is surrounded by water. And being by water afforded Jacksonville to have one of the largest container ports in the entire country. And another fun fact that RV sales are at an all-time high right now. But what does this all mean? What am I getting at? It means that there's high-paying jobs available for those that know the ins and outs of the marine side and of the land side of recreational vehicles. And this is where JTech comes into play. JTech offers a program where you can learn about the diagnostic procedures and effective repair methods of a variety of recreational vehicles, including motorhomes and RVs, power boats, jet skis, diesel and gasoline, outboard and inboards, and much more. And they also help prepare students to take the Yamaha certification exam, which is required in the Marine Maintenance Certification Program. To learn more about JTech, visit jtech.org or call them at 904-483-9460. Ask for Hank to set up an appointment to tour the campus or get your questions answered. That's 904-483-9460 or visit jtech.org.
Tired of dusting, cleaning the house? I call Actual Cleaning. They're professional, reliable, and affordable at $40 an hour. Experts you can trust.
Book now. Actualcleaning.com.
Book 4 cleanings and get the 5th one free.
It's a new approach to healthcare. The Center for Health and Sports Medicine is built on the pillars of health: physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional, with primary care sports medicine physicians, mental health counselors, an advanced diagnostics lab for wellness and sports medicine, and 24/7 on-site state-of-the-art fitness facility, all under one roof. What does this mean for you? As a Center for Health and Sports Medicine patient, you'll receive medical care in a collaborative, proactive, goal-oriented manner. In other words, everything they do is centered around you. Learn more at jacksfamilysportsmed.com.
Just be positive. Your Community First Mortgage champions make sure you get a great rate, a quick close, and can save you about $3,000 in closing costs. Apply at communityfirstfl.org. Community First Credit Union. Just be yourself. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
ESPN 690 is home for the Florida Sportsman Fishing Show, hosted by Captain Rick Riles. Tune in every Saturday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. to find out what's biting now. Fishing so fresh, you can almost smell it.
It's the national sales event at Arlington Toyota. Come shop over 700 new Toyotas and choose your way to save. Get interest rates as low as 0% on over 10 new Toyota models, or enjoy no payments until 2022. Plus, with Arlington's 30-day exchange program, you get 30 days to love your new purchase or exchange it. And with every new car purchase, you get a lifetime warranty with unlimited time and miles. Why wait? Shop the national sales event at arlingtontoyota.com today. Visit arlingtontoyota.com/August for full detail.
He's kept you ahead of storms.
This is going to be a very active afternoon of storms.
He's taken you inside storms.
Look at the Reds then that have shifted a little south of Jacksonville.
And for 33 years, the Chief has seen it all. Forecasting severe weather days in advance. So when storms are headed your way, there is only one meteorologist to turn to tonight, the Chief. The knowledge and experience of Jacksonville's Chief Meteorologist, Mike Burrish. Action News Jack's First Alert Weather, only on CBS 47 and Fox 30.
Goodyear believes in the power of moving forward. No matter if it's on the track, the court, or the field, movement makes us want to be more. It pushes us to go further, to show the world what we can do. Movement has the unique ability to change our perspective, to challenge us, to work for a better tomorrow. Movement can even bring us together when we're still, because if we're focused on the next move, we don't have to worry about what's behind us. Goodyear, more driven.
Hey, want to look like $1 million bucks, but only spend a handful of bucks? Upgrade to a Dollar Shave Club 6-blade razor and get an extra close shave thanks to their 6 precision-cut stainless steel blades. Dollar Shave Club. It's what dreams are shaved of. Find your perfect shave wherever you shop, in-store and online at dollarshaveclub.com. That's dollarshaveclub.com. Welcome to the club.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Come on, one more rep. You got this. 10. There it is. Nice work, man. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I got to tell you, taking Nugenix makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas. The big hurt, right?
Oh, yeah. This is a legit product. The key ingredient is Testofen, which helps boost free testosterone levels and increase lean muscle mass.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Hey, are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, Nugenix is a great way to increase lean muscle and feel stronger with more energy and endurance.
Man, I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
No problem. You just got to send them a text. Text FORCE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Nugenix samples are not available in stores, so text FORCE to 42424 right now. Text FORCE to 42424. That's FORCE to 42424.
Alexa, how do I drive more customers into my business?
First, people will need to hear about you. Then you need to be online where they look for you. Then you need to...
I don't have time for that. I need to run my business.
Okay, searching for a local team that can help.
CMG Local Solutions. Visit cmglocalsolutions.com today.
Hey, it's Brent Martineau from Action Sports Jax. Did you know you can watch our radio show? Yeah, video of a radio show. Just search ESPN 690 Jax on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Or follow me on Twitter at Brent A.S. Jax. Watch the show live weekdays from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. or listen on ESPN 690.
This is two really talented teams, and, so where do we need to improve technically? Where do we need to improve fundamentally? Where do we need to improve mentally? Whatever it is, you'll come out of the game with a lot to work on. Whether you win it or lose it, there's going to be a lot to really work on with this team. And at the end of the day for us, it's about hitting those goals right there. And, we only got a chance to hit one. We can't win the division, we can't win the state or the ACC or the closer in this game, but we can get better.
That is Dabo Swinney. Life after Trevor Lawrence starts Saturday night against the Georgia Bulldogs. I think I saw the Bulldogs haven't lost an opener since 2013, maybe 14, but I thought it was 13, and that was against Clemson. So keep that in mind as we do our picks.
I like
here
it.
For the first time in 2021. And we had to bring this guy back, Austin. You know why?
Oh, because he beat us last time.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it was embarrassing.
It's like, this is like make it, take it.
Yeah, for sure.
In basketball.
I like it, man.
So he made it. He takes it. And he's back with us in 2021. I have no idea where he is. Brandon Ponsel has been in Jacksonville and Vegas and back to San Diego. Who knows where Brandon Ponsel from Jax Coastal Homes is these days? But let's welcome him in. Congratulations on your win from a year ago. Hope the family is doing well. Where are you, Brandon?
Hey, great to be with you, gentlemen. And it's great to have football season back. Best time of the year. So, yeah, I'm back and forth between Jacksonville and San Diego. I got some great partners with me to help our client base wherever they're looking to buy. We also help clients just get the proper information and connect them with the right realtor in any market in the country.
That's good. JaxCoastalHomes.com, the place to go for your real estate needs with Brandon. Brandon, I always ask you a real estate question or two, and I like to find more info about it, be educated about it. It's such a hot market. I go on Zillow sometimes or wherever else. I probably shouldn't have said that. And my value keeps going up and up and up. When you go to San Diego and you tell them, hey, that Jacksonville market might be hotter than here, are they like, yeah, right, no way?
Well, everyone's aware of what's going on in the state of Florida, and North Florida is, if you own property in Southern California or in one of those hotbeds like Austin, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, or South Florida, you can make your money work for you significantly in the Jacksonville market. You're getting single-family homes in the 300s or 200s in certain neighborhoods, and that's just not something you see on the West Coast or other large markets like the Charlotte area is very hot. And the Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill, the triangle there, that market is super hot. But Jacksonville is super affordable still, and money and high-paying jobs are just going to find their way here, and that's what pushes real estate values up is high-paying jobs.
Yeah, very interesting. I was talking to somebody today that they have jobs that are like – now they're having trouble. If you don't pay enough, basically, you're having trouble getting into the Jacksonville area because the real estate is so expensive, or rent even is expensive. That wasn't a problem a few years back, but that'll tell you how hot the market is right now in the River City and beyond. Brent Martineau here at Extreme Wings, Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax, Austin Lane back in the studios. Brandon Ponsel from Jax Coastal Homes with us, and let's get our picks in. We got a new producer, Brandon. It's Casey. Watch out, he might be better than Kuz from a year ago. Let's get after it, Casey.
All right, first game tonight, North Carolina on the road at Virginia Tech. They are minus 5.5. Brent, you love North Carolina, so how you going?
Yeah, I love North Carolina. We're doing a point spread here, so that's critical as well. I think North Carolina wins. I think they win and cover. Virginia Tech, it could be uh-oh time for Justin Fuentes here in 2021. I'll take North Carolina, Austin.
Go ahead and give me Sam Howell. One of my favorites to win the Heisman. Thinks he has a big opening night, so go ahead and give me North Carolina with the points.
All right, Brandon, show us how it's done. You taking the points or you taking Carolina?
Let's go ahead and kick off the year with a game picker-upper here. I've been eyeballing this spot for quite a while, actually. I think Sam Howell had so many talented players to throw the ball to or hand off to last year, and they're all gone. I think it's going to be similar to like Lamar Jackson after his Heisman Trophy season. All the help left, and Louisville struggled. I think Carolina struggles a little bit this year, and I think Virginia Tech beats them outright tonight.
Wow, how about that, Casey? Follow that one up, Casey.
Yeah, I'm just going to go North Carolina. I hear what you're saying loud and clear. I just can't get with it. Give me North Carolina. Austin Lane, Penn State, Wisconsin, Wisconsin minus 5.5. Let's just get it out of the way. Who you get?
Yeah, let's get out of the way right now. Listen, when the Badgers on an opening college football Saturday, you don't bet against them unless they're playing Alabama. They're not playing Alabama last time I checked. They're playing Penn State. Give me Wisconsin.
Go ahead, Brandon.
I'm with Austin. I think Wisconsin's got a great quarterback. They're at home. It's going to be a crazy crowd. And I'm not too sold on Penn State, so I'll take Wisconsin to pull away late.
Yeah, I'm going to come with you here, too. I think they'll win by at least a touchdown. And like you said, late. They'll wear them down in the fourth. It will be Badger time here on opening weekend. Casey?
Give me Penn State. I have to. Got to take a game there. So give me Penn State.
We call those game picker-uppers around here, Casey, so you get an opportunity. Game picker-upper early in the picks.
I do what I got to do. Brandon, we'll go to you. Alabama, 19.5 points against Miami. Where are you going?
I'm going to take the Canes. I think Alabama lost a lot, breaking in a new quarterback. And I think Miami has some players. They've got dudes. They've got a great quarterback. They've got good weapons. So I think Alabama wins. They win fairly comfortable, but not until late. So I'm going to take those 19.5 points. I got Alabama by about 10, 13 points.
All right, Austin, what do you say? Alabama win big, or can Miami hang?
No, go ahead and give me Alabama as well, because it's the opening, it's the first game of the season, just like the Wisconsin Badgers, where they don't lose against the spread when it's the first game of the season. I think Nick Saban has them ready to play. Go ahead and give me Alabama winning big.
Yeah, ready to play is not a problem for a Nick Saban team usually. You can tell me I'm up almost 20 points before kickoff. I always like that. Neutral, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take the Canes on a backdoor cover. I think this thing's over at halftime for the most part, but I'm going to go with the backdoor cover. And there's reason to like it because you do have this young quarterback for Alabama, and what is their offense going to look like? And you have Derek King for Miami. I mean, I'd say advantage at the QB spot for Miami, at least in this first game, to see what they've got. So I like that. It'll be a motivated Miami team. It's a big game for Manny Diaz to try to at least hang with Bama. He'll have them ready to play, Casey. I'll take the Canes with the points.
The plan was to take the Canes. Called an audible. Give me Alabama since I can't go 3-1. I got to go.
You're reactionary. You're a very reactionary bettor.
Hey, do you want to hear a fun fact? So Alabama is 11-12 against the spread in season opener since 2007.
Ooh, want to change your pick, Austin?
No, because I said Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh. They're 11-12?
I'm sorry. They're 11-2.
You meant 11-1.
Oh, sorry.
11-1.
11-2. Hello. My bad. Hello. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Everybody calm down. Relax. We're all good. Okay.
All right. There we go. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Brent Martineau, LSU minus 2.5 against UCLA.
This is a little surprising to me. I thought this would be a bigger spread. I like LSU until UCLA proves something. I've got Chip Kelly being the first fired coach, at least of big-name stature, in the 2021 season. I'll take the Tigers. Go Tigers, Austin.
Go ahead and give me UCLA. They've already played a game. They played Hawaii. And to me, when you play one game, you have some experience already, and it's going to be across the coast, let's just say. Go ahead and give me UCLA.
Long trip out there. Long trip out there, Brandon Ponsel from JacksCoastalHomes.com. What do you got?
I think we're starting to see some of that acumen that Chip Kelly had at Oregon last week. They looked very sharp, but I will take the SEC and all those five-star recruits to find a way to win. So I'll take LSU and lay the 2.5.
KC.
Go Tigers. That's what I got for you. Go Tigers.
I like it. Nice game picker-upper for me. I like that a lot.
Austin Lane, the flagship of the Florida State Seminoles, They get 7 points against Notre Dame at home. How do you see it?
It's nothing personal, okay? This is just business. This is pride on the line. But knowing how the college football season usually works out, it's always to spite me and nobody else. And I think Jack Cohn, who came from Wisconsin, who transferred to Notre Dame, is going to have a big year. And he's going to debut in Notre Dame against Florida State. And he's going to have a big game. So go ahead and give me Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm going to take Notre Dame here as well. I watched Florida State practice here at UNF, and it concerned me. Just to get off the bus nature of FSU right now to go compete with the top 10 team doesn't feel like it's there. I just don't think they have the horses, which is a weird thing to say about FSU, but I don't think they do. So I'm going to take the Fighting Irish. I think Brian Kelly's done a fantastic job there, an underrated job, and I think they're ready to go, Brandon. I think Notre Dame covers the 7.
Yeah, Notre Dame's quietly been 4th or 5th best program in America over the last 5 years. They played Alabama as good as anybody last year. They've got a lot of they're doing a great job recruiting, and they're just consistent. And I have not seen anything from Florida State to make me to pick them yet. So they're going to have to show me something, and I'll take Notre Dame.
Hey, Casey, by the way, if you can game picker up for this, but if Mackenzie Milton, I knew he was a starting quarterback right now, I'd be more apt to take Florida State. Believe it or not. I think it would play with my emotions a little bit, right or wrong, but we don't know yet.
Agreed fully. Don't know Mackenzie Milton. Not really sure on the injury status, but give me Mackenzie Milton. I hope he runs out there first. Give me FSU +7. And to the final game of the week, the game that everyone will have their eyeballs on, Georgia-Clemson. Georgia is getting 3 points. The game is in Charlotte. Brandon, how do you see it?
What a game to kick off the season. I've got this as a total toss-up. So I'll take the 3 points in Georgia, and I can't wait to watch this game.
Wow, how about that, Austin? What you got?
Well, seeing how I don't have Clemson going to the college football playoff, this could be the game that does it right here. Go ahead and give me the Georgia Bulldogs.
This is so tough. So hard. I don't have either one going to the playoffs. So there's that. I think Clemson just is always ready to go in these games. I mean, it's just it's kind of Alabama-esque. Can you beat Dabo? Can you beat Clemson, who always will look good walking into that field? Georgia looks good, too. I'm just not as high on JT Daniels. Do they flop early and expectations go down? I'm going to pick Clemson in this game, Casey.
Trevor Lawrence homer. It's cool. It's cool. We know you guys are friends, but we know it's cool.
It's exactly what's going on.
I said yesterday Georgia's only going to lose once, and that's going to be to Florida, so give me Georgia.
And I'll tell you what, I remember last year, Brandon specifically said, watch out for JT Daniels when he comes on over. He may not play right away, but eventually when he does play, he could be something special. Well, a lot of hype around JT Daniels, so I'm going to hold Brandon to his comments last year.
He can spin it.
He can spin it. He can spin it. That's what you said, yes.
Well, and by the way, a lot of people think he might be one of the favorites to win the Heisman Trophy. I just think pump your brakes a little bit on JT Daniels. I don't think he's bad. I just think there's maybe a little bit too much hype. All right, Brandon Ponce, we'll see how we do. I hope we get off to a better start than last year, but we'll see each and every Friday right here on ESPN 690. Hope you have a fantastic Labor Day weekend, man.
Enjoy the weekend, fellas.
All right, that's Brandon Ponsel, JacksCoastalHomes.com. Check him out for all of your real estate needs. He won the picks last year. We brought him back.
Yep.
See if he can repeat. Casey now involved.
I can't believe I picked FSU.
You're
having a little buyer's remorse right now, Casey?
I believe in Mackenzie Milton. I don't know if I believe in FSU, but I believe in Mackenzie Milton.
Yeah, okay.
Listen,
team game, though.
It would be awesome. Like I root for FSU to get a big win. Not just because they're. By the way, I
say you should.
I know. Mm-hmm. Listen, I don't get anything extra in my paycheck because we're the FSU flagship. Okay, here in Jacksonville, and if they win, it doesn't. There's no bonus attached. I just would like FSU to get on the right track.
Yeah,
I really would. I think it's good for the state of Florida. I think it's good for college football. I think it's good for our area here in Jacksonville with a lot of Noles fans. So it would be great. It'd be great to see them beat Notre Dame, especially hang in. A lot of the Noles fans I talked to said, hey, can we still be in the game in the fourth quarter? That's where the program's at. Quite frankly, that's where it's at. Mm-hmm. So we'll see if they are able to do it. You can listen to that game, by the way, right here on ESPN 690. 5:30 coverage starts Sunday. Florida State football against Notre Dame will be a big one in Tallahassee on Sunday. We'll be right back on ESPN 690, live from Extreme Wings, Roosevelt Boulevard, near NAS Jags.
ESPN 690 Sports Center Update.
We made it to Friday, Jacksonville, and you know what that means. The Blitz is on. I'm Casey Kurtz. Action Sports Jax has this high school football Friday covered, and we start on the radio side. Join Brent Martineau, Coach Kevin Sullivan, and myself on the Blitz Scoreboard Show right here on ESPN 690 and our streaming platforms from 9 to 10:20. Then flip on your TV to Fox 30 for the Friday Night Blitz, starting at 10:30 with Brent Martineau and Stuart Weber. Then flip to CBS 47 at 11:20 for the Lightning edition of the Friday Night Blitz. No one has high school football coverage in Jacksonville better than Action Sports Jax. In college football, UCF overcame a 21-0 deficit to beat the Boise State Broncos 36-31, and Ohio State beat Minnesota 45-31. This Sports Center update sponsored by Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge. What's up? It's Casey of Action Sports Jax. If you can't catch the show live, just search Action Sports Jax wherever you get your podcasts to make sure you don't miss moments like this.
Now, keep in mind, you're sitting next to Mr. Thanksgiving right now because I absolutely stuffed the stat column.
You sure did.
And they called me Mr. Thanksgiving.
Nobody
called
you. Nobody called you that.
I don't want to brag.
You called yourself that, maybe.
I don't want to brag. We're talking 4 points.
Yep.
We're talking 2 rebounds.
Yep.
We're talking a steal.
Okay.
We're talking a block.
Yep.
And I almost broke a guy's ankle. I'm just saying, if you find yourselves around some Jacksonville Giants and all of a sudden one of them starts saying, is that stovetop dressing?
Oh, jeez.
What is that? What is that? Is that cranberry sauce? Oh, Mr. Thanksgiving's in the house. And that's who you know they're talking about me.
Galaxy Builders, they're out of this world. Galaxy Builders, they're out of this world.
Galaxy Builders is hiring qualified roof repair technicians. Roof repair technicians receive a $5,000 signing bonus and base salary starting at $52,000 a year with paid holidays and 401k plan. Galaxy Builders will provide a company truck with all necessary tools and materials. Experienced roof repair technicians can fill out the Contact Us form at galaxyfla.com to schedule an interview.
I love football and I love chicken wings. Hey, everybody, this is Brent Martineau. We are a lot alike, right? You love football and you love wings. Let's win the week with Extreme Wings Sports Grill. 4 locations in Jacksonville, Atlantic Boulevard, Ocean Way, 210 in St. Johns County, and the new location on Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax, serving up the freshest, never frozen, world-famous extreme hot wings to Jacksonville since 1999. We like football. We like wings. We love a good deal. To celebrate the grand opening of the Extreme Wings Roosevelt location, get 6 wings, french fries, and a drink for just $12.99 at the Roosevelt location. 6 wings, french fries, and a drink, just $12.99. Active military gets special discounts. Jalapeno ranch, Caribbean jerk, spicy blue cheese, lemon pepper. So many flavors to choose from. And, of course, they can make them extreme if you want. Plenty of space at Extreme Wing Sports Grill locations. If you're looking for a place for the entire team, try Extreme Wing Sports Grill. I love it. You'll love it. 4 locations in Jacksonville, including Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax.
Today, I took someone to their first job.
Today, I helped someone get to a medical appointment.
Today, I helped someone see their loved ones.
Today, I took someone to see a concert.
JTA bus operators are professional, trained, courteous, and proud. Become a driver of change. JTA is now hiring bus operators and is offering $10,000 to $15,000 hiring bonuses. On-the-job training provided. CDL training available. To apply, log on to go.jtafla.com/drive or call 904-630-3100. That's 630-3100 to become a driver of change.
The Center for Health and Sports Medicine delivers an individualized 360-degree approach to your health, providing a whole-person approach to primary care and sports medicine. With primary care and sports medicine physicians, mental health counselors, the Sports Performance Lab, and 24/7 on-site state-of-the-art wellness center, all under one roof, they'll work to maximize your health by creating a foundational focus on physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. The MD VIP program provides even more benefits like appointment guarantees and after-hour care. Learn more at jacksfamilysportsmed.com.
Just be confident. Community First makes smarter banking simple so you can relax, knowing you're managing your money the right way, yours. Visit justbeyourself.com. Community First Credit Union. Just be yourself. Federally insured by NCUA.
ESPN 690 is home for the Florida Sportsman Fishing Show hosted by Captain Rick Riles. Tune in every Saturday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. to find out what's biting now. Fishing so fresh, you can almost smell it.
Koala, koala, koala insulation.
Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Did you know that according to the Department of Energy,
Heating and cooling account for almost half of the home's energy use and expense. As the heat of the summer drags on, stop wondering if you have an insulation problem and call us for a free evaluation. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation. We started our insulation business because we wanted to help people save money on those energy bills, reduce their carbon footprint, and live a healthier life.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282. That's 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
Koala Insulation. Clean, knowledgeable, and trusted.
I'm Serena Williams. You watch me live on TV. So why am I in a British drama you watch on demand?
Fancy a dance, milady?
Sure. It's because DirecTV Stream brings the best of live TV and on demand together.
Oh, you're quite the dancer.
Mr. Jeffries, you're making me blush.
Oh.
Introducing DirecTV Stream, the best of live TV and on demand with no annual contract. Get your TV together at directv.com.
Requires high-speed internet and compatible device. Content varies by package and location. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Brent Mortno from Action Sports Jax. Did you know you can watch our radio show? Yeah, video of a radio show. Just search ESPN 690 Jax on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Or follow me on Twitter at Brent A.S. Jax. Watch the show live weekdays from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. or listen on ESPN 690.
I approach it the same way I approach anybody else, which would be it's another game of football. And I think everyone, Georgia and Clemson should see it the same way. As big and as cool as this game is, it's week one. It's you can beat Clemson by 100 and lose the rest of the season, not make the SEC. Clemson could win by 100, and we could lose to Clemson by 100 and then win the SEC, and everything goes our way. I approach it the same way I approach anybody else, which would be
I think that's JT Daniels, probably. My guess.
It's a good guess.
Yeah, thank you. Brent Martin, back here at Extreme Wings, Roosevelt Boulevard. Here until 6 o'clock. Happy hour until 7 o'clock. Right near NA's Jax. $1.95 for domestic, $6.95 domestic pitchers, $2.50 for well drinks. House wines for $3 during happy hour. And again, you've got all these TVs. They'll be lit up with college football all weekend long. That big Clemson-Georgia game tomorrow night. And then the NFL kicks off next week. That includes the Jacksonville Jaguars, who added Jacob Hollister to their roster today. So they added tight end out of Seattle. For the last 2 years he's played there, 66 catches, 6 touchdowns. All right, it is Kuz's wedding day, so we figured let's see if he's already in the ceremony, getting married, just having a reception. Austin, I don't really remember. He's already married. So yes. This is a second wedding. So I don't know if that includes the actual ceremony and all that stuff, depending on how they do it, or if this is just really a party because they're married.
Yeah, I think it's more of a traditional ceremony just for, the parents and to appease everybody because, obviously with COVID, I think they just went to the courthouse and had a couple witnesses there. So this is kind of they're married, but this is the official ceremony.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Casey, you have his number. I know we won't hear the phone ring on air, but we'll see if he picks up. I have no idea. He's probably getting married at 5 o'clock,
yeah,
right?
I mean, I'm going to, if I'm not, I am a betting man. I'm not really a betting man. If I was going to venture a bet on this, I would say that he does not pick up. And I would say if he does pick up, he's going to think there's an emergency and be extra stressed.
Well, I mean,
it's ringing.
Emergency. Do you a speakerphone?
At least he's going to yell at Casey.
It don't work that. I don't know why.
I mean, the real play would have been if one of us called him instead of just using the company phone.
Row for 3 on rings.
That would be good, but the problem is we couldn't then put that on air.
Speakerphone? You can just for a speakerphone?
Yeah, it wouldn't work too well.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to pick up.
We got voicemail.
Yeah.
Man, come on, Kuz. That's disappointing. We need you
here. How is it disappointing? He doesn't work for us anymore. He doesn't have to answer the phone for us.
I know. It probably comes up I don't know what it comes up, ESPN Radio or CMG.
Do you want me to use the 8 phone real quick and try it?
Yeah.
And then can we somehow transfer that phone to this one somehow? I'm sure we could.
I don't think there are enough people left in the building at 4:55 on a Friday on a Labor Day weekend.
It's a pretty empty parking lot, Brent. Pretty empty parking lot, man. But so in other news, and I'm not sure if Casey clued you in on this or not, but, it's Friday, right? I'm rocking a tank top. It's casual Fridays. And I figured, you know what? I'm going to treat myself to a little snack today, because I got my workout on this morning, Brent, so we're all good to go. And as I'm making my selection in the vending machine, I was looking for a certain item, and there was one thing left of this item. Now, this item comes in different flavors, and it doesn't really matter because then it dawned on me. And when I got this item, I ran back as fast as I could, out of breath, and I told Casey, I just thought of something. This item right here, it doesn't matter what flavor it is, they're balling. There's 4 flavors of this item, and each flavor is elite. Each flavor is a first-round draft pick. And I'm not sure that there's any other snack out there that can truthfully, if we're having an honest conversation, can truthfully say that.
True story.
2 questions, Brent. Number 1, what is the item? Number 2, can you name any other items that maybe come in a variety of flavors and every one of their flavors is elite?
Great question.
Wow.
Thank you, man.
First of all, this is not candy because you wouldn't be eating that.
It's not candy.
Yeah, you don't eat. I mean, I've never seen you eat a candy bar out of the vending machine.
Well, no, of course not.
So it's whatever those things are called. I had them actually the other day, I think, at Porsche Jacksonville because they had them. And I didn't have to go to a vending machine. It was nice. They kind of had them right there.
Oh.
Is it? It's not the things that come in the yellow pack?
No, so I eat those every single day as well. But to be fair, the blueberry ones
blueberry,
are elite.
Cinnamon.
Chocolate, though, is not elite. Chocolate is just mediocre at best.
Okay. They have cinnamon, too, I think. That's why.
Yeah. No, this was a little special. I don't really eat these a lot, but this is a special treat for me today. And I'll say it again, Casey, and correct me if I'm wrong, man. Like, if I'm out of line, please step up to me and say you're out of line. But every one of the flavors of this certain product is balling.
100%.
Casey, is this a healthy snack?
Kind of.
Yeah, because they kind of market it like it's a healthy snack.
Yeah. I don't think you would, pick it up and think you're, losing weight.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a healthier option than others.
No artificial flavors, and they preach heart healthy.
Heart healthy.
Yep. That's kind of a giveaway.
It is?
A little bit. I mean,
vending machine, not candy, 4 different flavors.
Well, now
that takes the nut category out.
Okay.
I just don't see you eating chips very often, but maybe you are eating chips. You're not a. I mean, it's. Oh man,
warmer. I mean, you're getting warmer here.
Yeah, somewhat healthy chips.
And correction, so there's 4 original
Sun
flavors.
Chips.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, I didn't even have a lot of confidence in myself, but I talked that one out like it was the final thing on Wheel of Fortune.
It was almost like you're asking a question, like Sun Chips?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Well, because here's what I thought of when you raised this question, and then so I'll tell you what the other thing is.
Okay.
I was thinking Doritos.
Yeah.
Right, because a lot of people like Cool Ranch. I like Cool Ranch. I like regular. I like spicy.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of maybe a fourth one out there, right? Like the spicy nachos one. Is there another one that I'm missing?
Yeah, hang on one second. I'm looking.
They got the purple bag one.
The purple bag. It's not spicy. Is that spicy nacho?
No, spicy nacho is like that other red. It's not like red.
Well, whatever the purple
red.
one is good. It's like a sweet and spicy.
Yeah,
nacho. I like
chili. Isn't chili something?
Yeah, it's chili lemon. Chili lemon. It's called.
Whatever it is, I like it. I don't know if everybody else does.
Yeah.
I think.
But let's be honest. Those 3D ones, Doritos, were trash.
Okay.
You remember 3D Doritos?
Yeah,
trash.
Yeah. Oh, they've swung and missed on some.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're perfect, but you said 4 different.
I'm saying there is not a Sun Chip out there that I don't get excited that I would eat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
really, you like the herb one?
A little more respect. We're talking French onion. We're talking harvest cheddar. We're talking garden salsa. We're talking the original. And they actually just released the chili lime, which I've had and is delicious as well.
Extra points if you can guess which ones he got out of the vending machine and which made this conversation come to life.
I would say
was the
probably
only
in
one
the
left.
vending machine they would put cheddar.
Ooh, garden salsa, Brent. Missed it by that much.
Dang.
But I mean, Brent, am I wrong though? Like, have you ever had Sun Chips?
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, Sun Chips are good.
And
I
flavor
would
is
vouch
legit?
for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would vouch for that. Okay. Here, you know what the problem is, Roy? On a lot of these, like I like the Cheetos and stuff, and I don't know if they have different flavors, but I'm not a flaming hot Cheeto
Brent,
thing.
live a little bit.
I know, like Ty loves
love
everything, like all those flaming hot chips.
Oh, me
like
too.
that. I don't.
I'm a sucker for some Flamin' Hots.
I don't. Maybe once you get to 44 or something, you won't like it as much. I don't know.
One of my biggest meals back in high school, I used to do a big bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos and a big thing of chocolate milk every day. Not the best.
Hey,
now looking back on
if you're listening, Flaming Hot Cheetos and chocolate milk, you can grow up and be as big as
You better believe
Austin
it, man.
Lane.
Does the job.
We'll be back. Football at 5 from Extreme Wings, Roosevelt Boulevard. Come on out. Be here for another hour. Action Sports Jags on ESPN 690.
It's a new approach to healthcare. The Center for Health and Sports Medicine is built on the pillars of health: physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional, with primary care sports medicine physicians, mental health counselors, an advanced diagnostics lab for wellness and sports medicine, and 24/7 on-site state-of-the-art fitness facility, all under one roof. What does this mean for you? As a Center for Health and Sports Medicine patient, you'll receive medical care in a collaborative, proactive, goal-oriented manner. In other words, everything they do is centered around you. Learn more at jacksfamilysportsmed.com.
Are you a recent high school graduate who hasn't made up their mind about what they want to do for their career? Or possibly you're already working, but you're stuck in a dead-end job? If so, then I'm here to tell you about J-Tech. J-Tech is a local school that offers hands-on essential career training. Have you heard about the massive increase in online ordering since the pandemic started? That means that more people are needed who can service diesel trucks. Diesel technology is an important part of the transportation industry, and qualified diesel technicians play a huge role in keeping that industry moving. At J-Tech, they're helping to meet the demand for skilled diesel technicians by offering a 91 credit hour ASE-based diesel technology program. This program is going to help you give you the hands-on skills and confidence needed to launch a successful career in diesel technology. To learn more about J-Tech, visit jtech.org or call them at 904-483-9460. Ask for Hank to set up an appointment to tour the campus or get your questions answered. That's 904-483-9460 or visit jtech.org.
It's a national sales event at Arlington Toyota. Come shop over 700 new Toyotas and choose your way to save. Get interest rates as low as 0% on over 10 new Toyota models or enjoy no payments until 2022. Plus, with Arlington's 30-day exchange program, you get 30 days to love your new purchase or exchange it. And with every new car purchase, you get a lifetime warranty with unlimited time and miles. Why wait? Shop the national sales event at arlingtontoyota.com today. Visit arlingtontoyota.com/August for full details.
It's tough out on these streets, especially if you're buying a car. Prices are crazy, and a car loses 20% of its value when you drive it off the lot. Get in a wreck, and you're screwed. But not when you get your auto loan from One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. All month, you get no-cost gap protection with a newer used vehicle loan. It'll save your butt in case of a wreck in the first year. Even better, our loan rates are crazy low. So get peace of mind with your Porsche. Get pre-approved at one-to-onefcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Goodyear believes in the power of moving forward. No matter if it's on the track, the court, or the field, movement makes us want to be more. It pushes us to go further, to show the world what we can do. Movement has the unique ability to change our perspective, to challenge us, to work for a better tomorrow. Movement can even bring us together when we're still. Because if we're focused on the next move, we don't have to worry about what's behind us. Goodyear, more driven.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Summer is in full swing, and DoorDash is making sure you get the most out of this time with your family. Back-to-school shopping should be easy and convenient, and now it is with DoorDash. Get all of your essentials brought right to your door with 1-hour delivery. Shop healthy lunch options from your favorite grocery store and notebooks, pens, and pencils from your local convenience store. It's all just a tap away, all in one app. Simplify your summer and download the DoorDash app today.
In times of fear, World Vision is there for the most vulnerable. For the last 70 years, we've been standing with kids and families through natural disasters, war, and disease, delivering life-saving aid and helping rebuild lives. And with every act of courage, faith, and love, we do more than just stop the spread of fear. We replace it with hope. Learn more at worldvision.org.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station. Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank our student body. I want to thank our fans. I want to thank our administration and working so hard to sell that game out. I want to thank our community. This city's been through an awful lot. Our state's been through an awful lot in the last year and a half to 2 years. That's the power of football. Results aside, for 1 minute, that's the power of football. That is what the world should look like. Our locker room's what the world should look like. That atmosphere was special.
Row your boat. PJ Fleck from Minnesota. Trying to put things in perspective after a decent performance against the Buckeyes, but decent against the Buckeyes still get you losing, 45-31?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way you give up 45 points. And good luck with everybody else trying to slow down Ohio State. They look very explosive. It'll be really tough in the Big Ten to do that. And I think we obviously are in an era of high-flying points everywhere. UCF scores 36. That's all they scored. That's it. And but 36-31 there, 45-31. What I'm getting at here, folks, is bet the over.
Yeah.
No, for sure, I don't know how you just don't start there every time in college football especially. But it just feels like every game is going to be north of 35 points for almost each team. Now you're going to get your blowouts and stuff, but you take the top 20 teams in the country, and if you're not scoring north of 35, I'm wondering if you're any good.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that trend, even like with last year with Alabama. I remember the game that sticks out to me is the Ole Miss game when, it was a Lane Kiffin little revenge game for Nick Saban, and one would think, okay, Alabama, they're known for their defense. They have a lot of first-round talent on that team, and I forgot how many points Ole Miss dropped on them, but it was a track meet. It was a track meet back and forth, and it's like, well, if Alabama can't stop anybody, I don't think anybody can stop anybody.
Yeah, I agree. Can South Carolina score north of 35 points? That might be a question for our next guest right now. And A.J. Cann joins us here on a Friday on Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Jaguars right guard, veteran right guard with one more weekend off of football before it really gets going. A.J., thanks for joining us, man. South Carolina, they got like a grad assistant playing quarterback. They better be able to score a little bit.
Hey, how you doing, man? I actually saw a few things about it. I'm interested to see how it goes, too. And like you said, we get another week of preparation, so I get a chance to sit down and watch it this weekend. I'm interested to see how it goes.
Hey, thanks for jumping on. Brent Martineau along with former Jags player Austin Lane, Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690, joined by Jaguars right guard A.J. Cann. Talk about an initiative he's doing, also talk a little bit of football. If you have not seen the story, by the way, on the South Carolina quarterback, it's really cool. So go check that out, and it'll be a topic all weekend long on the college football front. What are your plans this weekend? I mean, I know you can't just sit there and eat potato chips on the couch like we can, but this is kind of one last breath after a tough camp. And then you guys go for real a week from Sunday. So what are you going to do over the next couple of days?
Just try to prep mentally, get my mind right. It's kind of like I said, it's like another week just to figure out things, get a little bit more time with the family. Just trying to might be able to open the playbook up and skim through a couple things to get right. The extra week, we got to be ready to go.
Yeah, it was a tough camp, of course, too, here in Jacksonville. As we talk more football in just a moment, let's talk about an initiative you have going on. And you launched this Pledge It campaign. presented by Wilson Children's Hospital and Nemours Children's Health to help abused and neglected children here over the weekend and beyond. Tell us a little bit more about it, man.
Yeah, it's been something I wanted to do for a minute. I finally had some time to put my foundation together, the ICANN Foundation. And like you said, I'm working with Garden A. Lightham, and we're gonna partner up and make a pledge campaign. Man, we're trying to raise money for neglected children, and I got 2 kids of my own now. So working with kids on my foundation was one of the main things I wanted to do. You know, they're the future, so we got to be able to help them out the best we can. This is something I really been wanting to do. I got the link up in my Instagram bio and my Twitter. You know, you can log on, donate however you want to. We're trying to donate every touchdown to Jags score. We're trying to donate, and I'm trying to match it and donate myself. So it's really a big deal, man, especially for me. One of the first big things I'm doing with my foundation, so I'm really interested in it, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, let me give them some more detail, too. It's kind of cool what you're doing. Again, 7th year with the Jags. So this is nice that you're able to launch your foundation and help this out and play off your last name, which works perfectly with the ICANN Foundation. Good job on that, first of all. You can do $2 per touchdown commitment or a flat donation of $100 or more. You'll get a signed photo for doing that. Those that make a pledge of $5 or more or a flat donation of at least $200 receive a signed Jaguars mini helmet. So there's a bunch of things that you get for helping out. And here's how you do it. You go to pledgeit.org/AJCann, CANN, of course. So pledgeit.org/AJCann to help out and help and get behind the ICANN Foundation and what AJ is trying to do, which is pretty cool. The bottom line here is you guys got to score some touchdowns, right? I mean, this is an offense that has to get in the end zone.
Well, I thought it was a challenge for me too in the offense. You know, we got to score some points, man, and help and get this ball rolling. We got about checking the website. We got about 7,500 right now, and more touchdowns we score, more money. So we got to get the ball rolling offensively for sure.
That's awesome to be able to do that. Hey, Austin, you and I don't know if AJ Cann wanted to have you in practice in camp because, AJ, if you don't know this, Austin Lane used to play for the Jags back 10, 11, 12, used to get in fights with their right guard all the time, Eben Britton, so or right tackle. And so that right side, Austin.
It was the entire offensive line.
Yeah, basically the offensive line. So he was the fight guy in camp. So luckily you didn't have to deal with Austin.
Oh, yeah, and you always got a few of those guys, you know. You got a hot head every now and then. You got to keep them toned down and play because they don't want to fight everybody.
You know, AJ, and when you talk about being the hotheads, usually it comes from the guys that are maybe the first year or second year guys, you know, trying to make a point.
I know you got to prove your point. Like I'm not no pushover.
Of course. Now, when we talk about your career, I mean, you got drafted back in 2015. You know, and they always say the NFL stands for not for long. I think the average span right now for an NFL player is around 2.5 years. You've been here since 2015. What do you attribute to your career longevity and still being in Jacksonville to this day?
I want to say probably just remaining me. You know, I never really got too big about, I try to stay humble. And I always took the humble approach. I always worked my behind off. And I always tried to be solid, as a player here for 7 years to be a starter. You know, that means something. You know, I've been able to hold it down and be solid, and it's benefiting. And I just want to continue to have a healthy career. And my health is one thing. You know, I've been able to, be blessed and luck up. I want to say luck because, injuries happen out of nowhere sometimes. You know, you can be in a bad spot and get hurt. So I never really had any crazy injuries and was able to stay healthy and play solid. And hopefully I can continue to do that for a couple more years.
You know, AJ, when we talk about offensive line and having success, it's all about the chemistry, right? It's all about playing together and then kind of feeding off each other, if you will. What did it mean to have George Warhop coming back? And I guess how did the dynamic change with Urban Meyer now? Like, I mean, are the goals still the same for you guys, or did with Urban Meyer and, a new offensive coordinator, do some of the teachings and do some of the goals change now as well?
Yeah, with new regimes, there comes like, new expectations and things like that. And of course, Urban comes from winning, and that's all he knows. That's how he's always been as a coach. And he's and he wanted to hire staff that way. He wanted to hire a coaching staff that way, organization, just towards winning. And throughout camp, since we've been there with OTAs, that's the same, mindset he's trying to teach us as players, and the way we approach things and the way the players grind and work and want to get better. I can see it working, especially with being here for a long time, been through a lot of stuff, and I can just see it working through the organization and the team. And I'm just excited to see where it goes. He's been doing a good job, and I'm excited.
Hey, Brent, I got one last question, man, because this one's been eating at me, and I'm glad I finally have AJ Cann on the show to ask him personally. So, AJ, we're about 2 years after the fact that you've cut your dreadlocks. Do you regret it, or was it a positive? Was the positive move? Because I have dreadlocks myself, and I'm never going to cut them. Do you regret it, or was it the right move?
Sometimes I do. When I see an old clip, we're watching film or something, and we have an old play that Coach Hospital to show us or anything like that, I'm like, man, look, and the guys in the room like, oh man, look at your dreads, and they start saying stuff, and that's what, when guys say something about it, that's what makes me like, man, I should have kept them. And and the thing is, me and my wife just got not an argument, a little talk about so I had them in my bathroom cabinet, and when I got done playing, I was gonna grow a little fro and put them back in.
Oh wow!
And she threw them away, and I was like, what? I said, where? Yeah. I said, you threw them away. She was like, yeah, I thought you didn't need them, this and that. I'm like, because I didn't tell her I was going to do that. I just kept them.
Sure.
And she ended up throwing them away, man. I was so heated. and another reason I cut them though, because mine would get sweat. I'm a big sweater, man, and they get sweaty and smelly. And the time I try to dry them, and next day I'm sweating again, they would get smelly. Then I wash them. It's hard to dry them, so I end up cutting them. That's one of the reasons I end up cutting them, and then just wanted to make a change, man.
I got
you.
I
wanted to keep them, but they're gone now.
AJ Cann with us, Jaguars right guard. Be honest with us here now. Have you played better football with or without the dreads?
Oh, without. So I might have to just make it my thing. I'm good with it.
Well, now see, Brent, he's saying that I have to come back and shave my head and play tight end then. If we're at that point, maybe he's talking me into something now. We'll see what's up.
Well, there you go. You could be right next to AJ. Or couple stops down there.
For sure.
Lined up at tight end. AJ Cann with us. Hey, you know how it goes, man. Everybody, I say this. I don't say this specific to you guys. So I don't think you guys should take this personally. But I don't think any fan base in football likes their offensive line. I just don't. I don't think it doesn't matter. You could have 5 Pro Bowlers. People always say offensive line, offensive line, offensive line. I got to be honest. I have been a believer in this offensive line more than others. Sure, you got to play well as a whole. You got to get healthy. I think this organization feels like this offensive line can be pretty good. What about you guys internally? You've been together now for a few years. You're 7 years in. Brandon Linder's going on, I think, 8 years. Adrian Norwell's been around a while. Cam Robinson on year 5. Jawan Taylor, the young pup, but he's got a couple years under his belt. What can you guys do as an offensive line? Do you guys think you're pretty good? You guys can be dominant? How do you feel about it?
To be honest, I'm going to be honest, we can be good as you want to be. We just got to be, like you said, we just got to be consistent. We got to stay healthy, and we got to lean on each other. It's been, and even though you can't talk about years, this happened, that happened. Sometimes it's bang, someone's banged up. We got to plug a piece in here and there, but like you said, there's no excuses. And as far as nobody's blacking us, I feel like we're the offensive line. We're not pretty. We're not, as far as the way we play. When stuff goes good, oh yeah, they ain't good job blocking. Anything goes bad, it's not, so that's how it is, man, offensive line. But yeah, like I said, we can be as good as we want to be. We talk about it all the time. So many guys in the room that feel like they, we want to be mentioned with, top offensive linemen, and I think we got a lot of guys in the room, and we can get that done. We just got to be consistent, and we got to stay healthy, and we got to hold each other accountable and keep playing like we know we're capable of. And in that room, trust me, we know what we're capable of.
Make me look good, okay, AJ Cann? I've believed in this offensive line. Make me look good this year. Tell everybody that. Like you really care about me looking good or not, but I hope you make me look good. Hey, speaking of looking good, Trevor Lawrence, you've seen a lot of quarterbacks roll through here. I know he's a Clemson guy, and you might have to overcome that part of it as a South Carolina guy. But how good is this kid?
I like him, man. He's a mature guy. You just look at him and you know he's got what it takes. But on the field, he's confident. Confident in the way he makes calls. And, that's what you're looking for in a quarterback, somebody who's going to step in there, be a leader, and be confident, and don't shy away from nothing. And that kid's got it, and I can't wait for him to showcase his talent.
AJ, before I let you go, I got to ask one more question that I noticed during training camp here, and then that is your brother-in, let's just say, and then Walker Little, your fellow offensive lineman here. Now, we talked about how I used to get in fights all the time during training camp because that was kind of my MO. I sense there's a little attitude from Walker Little, which is crazy because the dude went to Stanford. Am I right about those, acknowledgments saying like Walker Little plays with a little chip on his shoulder, or was it just kind of training camp? He wasn't used to the heat.
I'm gonna say, him being a rookie, a younger guy, he steps up and he does a good job, man. He's a great rookie, and him being from Stanford, I don't know if that means anything, or him being nice or soft, but as offensive lineman, you kind of got to try to play a split personalities, because people already think you're big douchebags, and just football players in general. So I feel like that's him. He comes out and it is hot, but I think he's a tough kid, and he wants to be good, and I think he's going to be all right.
Well, A.J. Cann, man, a seventh-year pro for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know over the years, we've talked about this, they've tried to get you out of here, and all you do is keep playing good football and staying healthy and available and all that stuff. I hope you have a big 2021. We appreciate you joining us on Action Sports Jack. ESPN 690. Good luck, by the way, with this Cann Foundation. Here's the deal. Once again, it is a Pledge It campaign presented by Wilson Children's Hospital and Nemours Children's Health to help abused and neglected children. How you can help is pledgeit.org/AJ Cann. Go ahead, check it out. And also, AJ is sharing some of his money toward this campaign as well, especially when the Jaguars score touchdowns. So I hope it costs you a fortune, AJ, but I hope you raise a lot of money too.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. And hopefully everybody, like I said, donate any way you can to be very helpful towards the children, and I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.
You bet. Have a good weekend. I look forward to seeing you next week in Houston.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's A.J. Cann, Jaguars right guard, and doing a good thing, setting up a foundation, 7 years in now. Good dude, calm, cool, collected guy. Not too many people hear about him, hear from him, but A.J. just kind of goes about his business. And if you've heard the show before, I've said it countless times about A.J. I think he's a great survival story in the NFL, and I think he has played good football for them. I think he's at times been the most reliable offensive lineman over the years the Jaguars have had, and that's one of the reasons why he's entering year 7, Austin.
No, for sure, and it doesn't look like he's showing any kind of signs of slowing down either. If you can find that niche and you can make that position work for you anywhere on the offensive line, it's going to be hard to let that type of player go.
That was an interesting Dredd story. I wonder how that conversation really shook out at the end of the day.
So I'm just saying, if his marriage can make it through that, they're going to be. They're good. Because if I cut my hair and I was getting ready to save it to maybe put it back in one day, and my wife threw it out, I would be on the phone call with the lawyers 2 minutes later, and we'd be hashing some stuff out. Let's just say.
I was trying to think of something that I could throw away of my wife's, or she would of mine.
Yeah,
that would be like anything close to the equivalent.
But but essentially,
you couldn't have asked me.
No, for sure, because essentially it's kind of like a body part. For as long as you take to grow them and lock them up and everything, it takes a while. So it's a pretty big commitment. And the fact that she just threw them out, I would have been so heated.
All right, check out the Cann Foundation, pledgeit.org/AJ Cann for A.J. Cann and all the things he's doing in the community here with the Pledge It campaign presented by Wilson Children's Hospital and Nemours Children's Hospital to help abused and neglected children, and the Guardian and Alitum Foundation. So help the cause, help A.J. Good to see him giving back, and we appreciate A.J.'s time here today on a Friday on Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Talk some high school football when we come back. A big Friday night in the area. We're live at Extreme Wings, Roosevelt Boulevard on ESPN 690.
Hey,
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny today. An isolated shower will develop, moving quickly to the west and southwest and more inland with highs in the upper 80s, a little breezy at the beaches. Fair to partly cloudy and mild tonight, all the way down into the upper 60s inland, 70s at the beaches, and then partly sunny for tomorrow. Highs in the mid to upper 80s, and your Sunday will be partly sunny, again with an isolated shower or two with a high of 88. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Now you can buy like a dealer buys. Save thousands on thousands of diamonds for a limited time at Beard's Diamonds.
Seems like a no-brainer to me. If you install it, you ought to be able to service it. But for gas-fired water heaters, there are a whole lot of plumbing companies that can't and won't service them, even though they're happy to install them. Now, just think about that. They don't have the expertise to work with gas, but they're installing a gas unit. Does that seem like a good idea to you? Seems like a recipe for turd buckets to me. You might as well have Acme parachute that water heater in and have the Coyote install it. At Griffin Service, not only are we the same-day water heater specialists, we're also the gas-fired water heater kings. And that goes for both tank and tankless units. And naturally, we're certified to service and install them, because we fix what others can't. Plus, we have water heaters in stock and ready to roll same day. So if your gas water heater needs service or replacement, or you're thinking of switching to a gas-fired water heater, it's kind of a no-brainer on who you should call, isn't it?
GriffinService.com.
Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Did you know that according to the Department of Energy, heating and cooling account for almost half of the home's energy use and expense? As the heat of the summer drags on, stop wondering if you have an insulation problem and call us for a free evaluation. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation. We started our insulation business because we wanted to help people save money on those energy bills, reduce their carbon footprint, and live a healthier life.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282. That's 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
Koala Insulation. Clean, knowledgeable, and trusted.
The Center for Health and Sports Medicine delivers an individualized 360-degree approach to your health, providing a whole-person approach to primary care and sports medicine. With primary care and sports medicine physicians, mental health counselors, the sports performance lab, and 24/7 on-site state-of-the-art wellness center, all under one roof, they'll work to maximize your health by creating a foundational focus on physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. The MD VIP program provides even more benefits, like appointment guarantees and after-hour care. Learn more at jacksfamilysportsmed.com.
Hi, Steve. Have a seat. I just wanted to see how your meeting with Chardonnay went.
Chardonnay?
According to your Peak push-to-talk device, you were with Chardonnay or Porsche or Bambi.
Oh, Bambi, right.
I clicked boop to talk, and I was talking, but you weren't booping.
I can explain.
Love these little things. I know exactly where my people are anytime I need them. Boop.
I was in a boopin' meeting. We got the contract to build the champagne room at the Jiggle and Wiggle Gentlemen's Club.
You have glitter all over your face.
Find your people with a boop. BoopToTalk.com.
Boop.
The Community Spotlight Award this week goes to the Law Offices of Ron Scholes. Law Offices of Ron Scholes is a partner in the community. They're a huge supporter of the military and those that have served. If you see Ron Scholes or anyone from the Law Offices of Ron Scholes this week, thank them for being a great partner in the community. The Community Spotlight Award recognizes those that are great community partners. Again, this week the Community Spotlight Award goes to the Law Offices of Ron Scholes. Congrats to the Law Offices of Ron Scholes.
Hello, Jacksonville. This is Greg McGarity. The future of college football is now, and our primary goal is to position the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl and Jacksonville to be prepared for a potential college football expansion. And we need you, our local business leaders, to join our team and showcase that Jacksonville supports college football. Gator Bowl Sports has opportunities for all companies, whether you have 5 employees or 5,000. I would love to meet you and talk about our future. If you'd like to learn more, contact me at 904-798-1700.
He's kept you ahead of storms.
This is going to be a very active afternoon of storms.
He's taken you inside storms.
Look at the Reds then that have shifted a little south of Jacksonville.
And for 33 years, the Chief has seen it all, forecasting severe weather days in advance. So when storms are headed your way, there is only one meteorologist to turn to tonight, the Chief. The knowledge and experience of Jacksonville's chief meteorologist, Mike Burrish. Action News Jack's First Alert Weather, only on CBS 47 and Fox 30.
Hey everybody, it's Brent Martineau from Action Sports Jacks. There's a good chance you have a smart speaker, so use it with ESPN 690. Stay up to date on the Jags and all things sports by telling Alexa or Google to play ESPN 690. It's as easy as that. Make sure you listen weekdays 3 until 6 p.m. on ESPN 690.
Hey, we're live at Extreme Wings, Roosevelt Boulevard, near NAS Jax. I think someone just walked in with an Eagles hat on. Gardner Minshew fan now. No doubt. Hey, over under how many games Gardner Minshew plays, Austin Lane, in 2021? Let's call it 3.5.
I was going to say I just need him to play 3 so I can win my bet with you.
Is that what we already have one of those bets?
Well, no, remember, because the bet was that if the Jaguars won't trade Gardner Minshew away for anything better than a 6th-round pick.
Yeah.
5th-round pick could come into play. I think if he plays, it's 3 games?
Is it 3 games and like 50% of the plays in 3 games?
That's correct. Yes. So okay. I think, because another bet we have is Philly is going to have a better record than Jacksonville, I think. So assuming, I don't know, they're probably going to win the division 10 weeks into the season. So the last 7 games can kind of just put it on cruise control a little bit. So go and give me the over, Brent.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm thinking the over too in a 17-game season, just because I'm not sold on Hurts more than anything else. So it has nothing to do with the other bets, but I kind of feel like he's going to get in there too, and I think he's going to do okay, and I think Philly's going to like him. Now, I just don't think Philly's that good, so we'll see what happens. Let's get Coach Kevin Sullivan on right now, talk a little high school football all over the area once again. We got the Blitz Scoreboard Show coming up tonight at 9 o'clock, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and as I just said, on Twitter, Coach Kevin Sullivan, big on Twitch as well. You're a big gamer, I think, right?
I see you, Coach.
Oh, yeah, what's going on, you guys? Everybody doing good over there? Listen, I'm taking the over on that, Brent. I'm not sold on Jalen Hurts either.
Yeah,
so,
I am not. Hey, we've got some awesome topics. I'm going to give you this, Austin, bring you right into the high school football conversation. If I told you, let's see, what's the best way to phrase this? Were there more 300-yard passers in high school football last week or more 200-yard runners?
Ooh. In Jacksonville, we're talking about here.
Yes.
Because in Wisconsin, we're still on the crossbuck up there. It's nonstop crossbuck.
Do they even throw the forward pass in Wisconsin?
Not really, man. You watch my old tape, definitely not. I'm going to say, you know what? I have to go passing. I have to go passing.
Yeah, I would too. By the way, I would have said that too.
Yeah.
It's one of the odd things, and Coach Kevin Sullivan brought this up this week. Coach, it's wild. There were only 2 passers over 300 yards, right? Really? Over 250 yards, I think it is.
Well, yeah, there's one in up in Ware County, and they're a week ahead. And then last week, the young man from First Coast, Larry Jones, I want to believe.
It was, yeah. It's Larry Edwards.
Larry Edwards, he threw for 300 in a loss last week. Those were the only 2, and it just sort of amazed me because usually that's 3 or 4 guys throwing for 250 plus 300 yards, and last week we only had 1. And was it the inexperienced quarterbacks, because we do have a lot of new starters replacing a lot of guys that have been around a while, or coaches made the commitment to the run game because the weather was going to be not very good last week, or maybe it was too many drops because of the weather. So I don't know. One of those trends we'll keep an eye out looking at as we move forward.
I think it's interesting. Kevin Sullivan with us. He'll be on the show tonight, the Blitz Scoreboard Show. Did a great job last week. Glad to have him on board this high school football season. And Austin and Coach, the reason why that's stunning is it wouldn't have been stunning 10 years ago even. But now everybody's running the spread. You know, everybody's throwing it. The athletes we have in Jacksonville, too, a lot on the outside, you want to get it in those kids' hands. And so that's why it's a bit surprising. The style has changed. And it'll be interesting tonight, Coach, to see if that trend continues. And then maybe we just don't have, like you said, maybe we don't have great quarterback play, or maybe it's just inexperienced and unproven.
Yeah, and that's what, to me, looking back at it, if you think about some of the guys that have gone on and left, really, if you look, Chris Calhoun at Sandalwood, he's really a returning starter. Larry Edwards is a returning starter. And Jalen Saunier at Jackson's a returning starter. But you don't really have, and Brooks Hicken at Providence, you don't really have a lot of proven guys, a lot of new names at the quarterback in North Florida this year, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Austin Lane would eat those quarterbacks up right now, those young quarterbacks.
Oh, you better believe it, Brent. You better believe it.
Coach, I think I've asked you this before, but it's a new year, and nobody remembers from last year. Austin contends he was a really good tight end, before making the move to the defensive end.
Right.
Do you game plan for Austin if you have him on your roster? Yeah.
At tight end at his size? Are you kidding? He would get about 4 or 5 touches. I'll get him one early in the game, like maybe throw him an arrow route about the 4th or 5th play. He catches it, gets about 8 or 9. He's happy as could be. He doesn't care if he gets another ball. And so he's satisfied. Just like when I used to run the eye, I'd give the fullback a ball. We give him a bone in the first quarter, and man, he was happy as could be. He was happy as could be because he didn't know if he was ever going to get it again. So he was trying to get 8, 9, 10 every once in a while. So,
all right, Coach. Yeah. But I'm going to be honest with you, Coach. I'm going to need to go in the marching band at halftime. Are you cool with that? Because I was also an all-state baritone saxophone player, and when it was halftime for our pep band, I would go march in the band. Now, our coach didn't like that. How do you feel about that?
Don't be politically correct here, Sully. You're retired.
No. Back in my early years, I would have been like, "What the hell?
Yeah,
going in the band? Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
But as I got older and more mature and everything, I would have been like, "Yeah, man, go ahead. It's good.
Okay,
it's good. We'll make the adjustment. We'll let you know what it is. I mean, you're a DN. Either you're going to run the blood stunt or you're going to go B gap, and we're going to come off the edge behind you. It's not like rocket science. You're reading the hip. The guy pass sets, beat him. He squeezes. Hey, fullback guard." Attack the upper shoulder of the quarterback, right?
I mean, Coach, you had me at blood stunt. Enough said. I'm there. Sold. That is sold.
I mean, what a great story Austin would have been. I don't know if they did that up in Iola, Scandinavia, Wisconsin, that going from defensive end to baritone sax in the band at halftime. Well, 6'6", 245.
And it's like I said, my coach was not very impressed that I would do that, but my band teacher appreciated it.
Coach, did you have one of those guys in your career?
No, we had I saw when I was scouting a game one time, and they actually had 2 guys. One was a big O tackle, and one was like a linebacker. And they go in and they take their helmet off, and they put the band hat on. And I'm in the stands like, what the heck are they doing? Oh, they're in the band. The guy's got his instrument. Hey, this is awesome. And then I watched the thing. But like I said, I was a little bit older in my career, whereas when I first started out, I would have been like, what? Are you kidding me?
Now, I guarantee you that offensive lineman was playing the tuba because that's all they ever play is tubas.
No, actually, I think he was playing the trumpet.
Okay.
I think he was playing the trumpet, and the linebacker was playing like the xylophone or something like that. I don't know, but he was playing the drum. I remember that because we talked about it on the driving back. I think we were over in like Eustis or something like that. We were watching Eustis play, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? But yeah. Nowadays, I wouldn't care. Hey, like I said, I wouldn't care if it was going to help us win. He wasn't going to miss practice to go to band practice. I can guarantee you that.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Get it done on your own time.
Yeah.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Hey, by the way, nothing like stereotyping Austin Lane. I mean, the tuba player has to be over 260 pounds,
yeah,
right?
because it's the biggest instrument. You're not going to give it to a little stats kid, unfortunately, because he probably can't handle it with his shoulders. So yeah, I'm labeling, but yeah, it's the way it went back then.
It probably still does that, Austin. It still does that.
I would say so.
Hey, I got one that I bet you never got mature as your coaching years went on, okay? This is one that I bet coaches they hate it. I guarantee you they hate it. And that's homecoming court.
Oh, God. No, homecoming and pictures, 2 worst days of your life as the coach. Homecoming and pictures, picture day.
I can see that one.
Yeah, the both of those were like, I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? And everybody's like, oh, it's homecoming. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Let's go. Our job is to win the game. We're to win the game. I don't care about that other stuff.
Not only that, but the homecoming king or whatever often could be the quarterback. So you're trying to make halftime adjustments while he's taking pictures.
Right. So that's why we always tried to schedule somebody that wasn't any good at homecoming so you didn't have to make adjustments at halftime. Yeah, you guys go out there. I had a kid win the crown one year, and we were losing at halftime. And I'm like, you got to go. And he's like, no, coach, I'm not going. We got to get this right. I go, you got to go. Are you kidding me? They're going to be all in my butt if you don't go, because they're going to blame me. I said, you got to go. I'll take care of everything else. Then we came back and won by 2 touchdowns or something.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's a good story. You did the right thing there. All right, last one for you. We'll let you run. We got Rick Riles hanging on the line as well for the Florida Sportsman Fishing Report. Columbia Bowls tonight. I like that. Well, our game of the week is Menendez-St. Augustine. St. Augustine, really, it's their season opener. They had COVID issues last week and so didn't play. But so on the Friday Night Blitz, our game of the week is going to be Menendez-St. Augustine down St. Johns County. One of the games of the night, though, certainly can be Bowls and Columbia. That should be a good one out west.
Oh, man, that's going to be a really good game. And, you know, Bowls could pretty much go anywhere and play. They don't get intimidated by the environment and everything there. But, you know, Columbia's got a pretty good bunch of weapons out there. So if they could Bowls could control the clock and keep Columbia's offense off the field, which they will with Cade Few in the run game and everything, I think they got a really good chance. But, boy, that's going to be a really good game out there on the West.
Yeah, no doubt. Cade Frew had 172 yards and 4 scores last week, I think in the first half alone for Bowls. So that'll be one on the docket tonight for the Blitz Scoreboard Show and the Friday Night Blitz. Coach, we'll see you tonight at 9 o'clock. Have a good night.
All right, we'll talk to you all later. We'll see you guys. Thanks, it easy,
Coach.
Austin.
Yeah, you too,
right.
man. Good talking to you.
You too.
And Brent, and Coach bringing up real quick, how his quarterback, he had to go take pictures. Did you see last night with Boise State and Hank Bachmeier what he was doing?
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
So for those that don't know, Boise State Broncos quarterback Hank Bachmeier, there was a rain delay, supposed to kick off at 7 o'clock, got pushed back to 9:45. During the rain delay, actually attended his online class. And in the locker room with his uniform on. So a bunch of his classmates were obviously taking pictures of it and put it all over social media.
Yeah, that was really
cool.
good. I love that stuff. That was fun. That is a student athlete, they say, at Boise State. Hey, let's bring in Rick Riles right now, Florida Sportsman Fishing Report, heading into a weekend that looks pretty good weather-wise. I don't know if that means that looks pretty good fishing-wise. You tell us, Rick.
Well, a little breezier than we thought, but I got to tell you something, friend. All I know is 1 minute the Lake Forest Jolly Green Giants were facing the 3rd and 12 against the J. Allen Action Pirates, and a little scat back went around the right end, and it was first down. Okay, that's all I can contribute to this discussion. My dad,
you still haven't forgotten it.
We lost every game all year, but my dad took the whole team to Dairy Queen because I picked up the first down.
And you know what? Hey, you know what? All these years later, you still haven't forgotten that. That's what Friday nights are all about.
I haven't forgotten a thing. Oh, the coach was all over me. I should have got called for a stiff arm. Kids never forget that stuff. I mean, it was just the greatest. Unlike offshore fishing, which has been pretty tough now, for whatever reason, the Vermilion snapper seemed to have moved a little closer inshore. Robert Simon Johnson, running the Jody Lynn 2, has done pretty well just off of St. Augustine on good vermilions and triggerfish. They've moved inshore a little bit. But the seas are such to where it takes the biggest boats around to be able to make it, and I don't see a big change for tomorrow. Now, the Pogies got real tough there just before this flow started. They had moved all the way up north of Fernandina off Cumberland there, and a lot of the boats had to run all the way up there to get bait and then come back and fish. Inshore, things are outstanding. The mangrove snapper fishing just couldn't get any better. Buzz Brandon took some of our Warriors fishing earlier this week, and they limited on some of the biggest mangrove snapper you've ever seen. That continued on through the rest of the week. Fishing was good today. Flounder slowed down a little bit. Now, that's a kind of a midsummer slump that won't last long, so they'll be back in no time. But one thing you can count on, Monday, we'll be back with another fishing report brought to you by Workman's Quick Fix Plumbing.
All right, thanks, Captain Rick Riles. Enjoy the weekend, man.
Remember, call that sweep on the 3rd and 12 now.
Hey, pick up the first down and go to Dairy Queen. I like it.
Use the little guy. That's right. Use the little guy. He'll get behind him and pick it up. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one. Florida Sportsman Fishing Report each and every day. Action Sports Jax on ESPN.
Dang.
690.
Brent dropped the Dairy Queen, though. And that just brings back, I mean, was there anything better than a hot summer's night after like a football game or just, when you're young as a kid and you got some ice cream from Dairy Queen, you're sitting outside just hanging out?
Yeah,
Man, Brent.
I will tell you this. That that wasn't a thing for us.
Okay.
We didn't have Dairy Queens in Rhode Island. So we might now. I don't even know. But that wasn't a thing.
Okay.
So that was a little bit different. But whatever ice cream. We had Friendly's ice cream.
Sure.
Newport Creamery.
Yeah.
Or Sunshine Creamery.
Okay.
So you remember your ice cream spots.
Oh, without a doubt.
So you're right. But we didn't have the Blizzard. Now I can't pass one without having.
I mean, it's wild that you had like 2 stoplights that entire state, but you had like 10 ice creameries. So that's cool.
I know.
I don't know
and
how
by
that
the
works.
way, like the ice cream places, especially outside ones, could only be open like 4 months out of the year.
For sure.
The guy still did like $1 million in revenue.
Hustling, man. I appreciate it.
By the way, Sunshine Creamery, if you ever go to Rhode Island and you go to Rumford, Rhode Island, that's really my hometown, Rumford, Rhode Island.
Okay.
And you go there, and Sunshine Creamery, you will get the biggest ice cream you've ever had.
Okay.
Unbelievable. The size, like, you will not go hungry. They will not. They will give you a bunch of ice cream.
Cool.
That's for sure.
Now, is it soft serve or is it like the hard scoop stuff?
Hard.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah,
I like
hard
that.
ice cream.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no
Done.
doubt, it's it might be the best ice cream place on the planet.
Okay.
Little Rumford, Rhode Island, Sunshine Creamery. Make sure you get there, right on the corner. Oh, so good. Let's get to Stephen. We are the lines are backed up here. This is a very unplanned football at 5 today going on, and Stephen's been hanging on the line. What you got, Stephen? Ask the question. We'll answer it on the other side. We got to hit one more break. What you got?
All right, I wanted to get your opinion since we signed Tyron Johnson and now we got Jacob Hollister, adding those 2 weapons for Trevor Lawrence. I wanted to get your ideas. Brent, you're always talking about wanting to be more dynamic and explosive offense, and Austin being the defensive aficionado that he is. I want to get your opinions. How could you see this offense being a little more explosive, having our 2 speedsters in DJ Chark and Tyron Johnson on the outside, pulling the corners and safeties back, but opening up to Jacob Hollister, which I watched all his tape and everything, and he's really solid over the middle, and having Laviska Shenault going over the middle. I mean, I see it opening up a lot more, adding those 2 guys to the offense.
Yeah, Stephen, good question, man. I like that. We'll end the show with the answer to that when we come back. Thanks for hanging on the line. Have a good weekend. We'll take a break, and we'll come back, put a bow on the show here from Extreme Wings, Roosevelt Boulevard, on a Friday evening. Happy hour happens until 7 o'clock. $1.95 for domestic, $6.95 domestic pitchers, $2.50 for the well drinks, $3 for the house wines, plus the wings are so good. Already had 10 of them. Maybe I'll have to eat 10 more on a big Friday night. Blitz scoreboard coming up as well later on tonight, 9 o'clock here on ESPN 690. We'll answer that question from Stephen when we get back on ESPN 690.
It's a new approach to healthcare. The Center for Health and Sports Medicine is built on the pillars of health: physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional, with primary care sports medicine physicians, mental health counselors, an advanced diagnostics lab for wellness and sports medicine, and 24/7 on-site state-of-the-art fitness facility, all under one roof. What does this mean for you? As a Center for Health and Sports Medicine patient, you'll receive medical care in a collaborative, proactive, goal-oriented manner. In other words, everything they do is centered around you. Learn more at jacksfamilysportsmed.com.
Hello, Jacksonville. This is Greg McGarity. The future of college football is now, and our primary goal is to position the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl and Jacksonville to be prepared for a potential college football expansion. And we need you, our local business leaders, to join our team and showcase that Jacksonville supports college football. Gator Bowl Sports has opportunities for all companies, whether you have 5 employees or 5,000. I would love to meet you and talk about our future. If you'd like to learn more, contact me at 904-798-1700.
Hey, boss, I found some silverware in the dining room.
Nice. So you're sure you smashed the alarm system when we got here, right?
You mean that plug-and-play do-it-yourselfer? Yeah, it's dead. We got all the time we need.
Oh, look at this. The box the alarm system came in. Isn't this cute?
An alarm system in a box. Boss, I'll never understand why people don't just get a safe-touch security system.
And they probably think they're saving money.
But that's the thing, they're not saving money.
You and I know that. Thankfully, these folks didn't. You know, there are a lot of great things that come from a box. this isn't one of them.
True.
Hey, let's just take a minute to appreciate that tonight, we don't have to worry about the Crooks R Us golden rule, stay away from safe touch houses. And remember, kids, boxes and alarm systems don't mix.
Only one security system is truly the best. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Call Safe Touch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Here in the Sunshine State, more than 3 million men are over age 45, and over half suffer from ED or PE. Here's a message from Prime Men's Medical Center.
I'm Dr. Brown. If you're having problems in the bedroom and pills like Viagra have let you down, you'll see results at Prime Men's Medical Center, guaranteed, or your exam is free. And it's affordable.
Call 904-664-8217. Guaranteed results on your first visit or your exam is free. Call 904-664-8217.
Let's be honest. I'm in the AC business, and even I don't want to buy a new AC system. And yet, the only thing worse than spending money on a new AC is spending it and then not getting the comfort and performance you paid for. Whether it's not seeing the promised comfort or efficiency due to a sloppy install and bad ductwork, or having a home that still feels sticky from inadequate humidity control, or dealing with bad air quality, allergies, mold, or anything else. Investing in a new system to not get the comfort you paid for is total turd buckets. And that's why Griffin Service offers a 12-month test drive on all Florida-rated AC systems. If you're not thrilled with your increased comfort and efficiency, we'll uninstall the system and refund you 100% of your money. And that's for up to 12 months. Install the system now, and you'll still be covered next summer. It's only fair. So, if you need a new system, buy it from the company that'll guarantee you the performance and comfort you're paying for at
GriffinService.com. I love football and I love chicken wings. Hey, everybody, this is Brent Mortno. We are a lot alike, right? You love football and you love wings. Let's win the week with Extreme Wings Sports Grill. 4 locations in Jacksonville, Atlantic Boulevard, Ocean Way, 210 in St. Johns County, and the new location on Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax, serving up the freshest, never frozen, world-famous extreme hot wings to Jacksonville since 1999. We like football. We like wings. We love a good deal. To celebrate the grand opening of the Extreme Wings Roosevelt location, get 6 wings, french fries, and a drink for just $12.99 at the Roosevelt location. 6 wings, french fries, and a drink, just $12.99. Active military gets special discounts: jalapeno ranch, Caribbean jerk, spicy blue cheese, lemon pepper. So many flavors to choose from. And, of course, they can make them extreme if you want. Plenty of space at Extreme Wing Sports Grill locations. If you're looking for a place for the entire team, try Extreme Wing Sports Grill. I love it. You'll love it. 4 locations in Jacksonville, including Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax.
Welcome back. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Brent Mortno, Austin Lane, Casey here on a Friday as we head into the weekend. Hope you have a good holiday weekend. Come on out to Extreme Wings, Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax. The place will be hopping on a Saturday night tomorrow for Clemson, Georgia. All the college football this weekend, including Florida State, Notre Dame on Sunday. You can listen to that one right here on ESPN 690. Your home for FSU football and basketball, ESPN 690. And let's answer Steven's question, Austin. The offense with Tyron Johnson, you put him out on the outside, DJ Chark, Marvin Jones, you have Jacob Hollister, you have James O'Shaughnessy. Did these moves make the offense a little bit more dynamic and make the defenses plan a little bit more based on speed and a little bit of a resume?
Yeah, we've talked about this before a little bit in terms of what Urban Meyer ran back in college. And a good way to compare it would be in terms of the passing game would be a lot like what Bruce Arians likes to run, and that being vertical, right? When you got guys like Chris Godwin, when you have a big-bodied receiver like Mike Evans, it can make things pretty easy for you, and then that leaves stuff in the middle for a guy like Antonio Brown to have a big season towards the end of the year. When I look at this Jaguars roster right now, I mean, obviously speed is the most important thing, as Urban Meyer has alluded to. Well, if you look on the outside, DJ Chark has the speed. Now, is he a Chris Godwin type? Well, probably not, but he can still, he can get open, and he can definitely make you pay out of press coverage. With Marvin Jones, this is a guy who I think is a little more in terms of the burst. I think he's a little more fast twitch as opposed to top end speed per se. but he's still quick in his own right. And then to echo Steven's point with Laviska Shenault, well, yeah, that's the guy that can come across the middle, kind of like you saw from Antonio Brown a little bit. Now with Laviska Shenault, it's a little different, though, because his game is predicated on catching the ball and then delivering punishment. And if you get him the ball in space within the open field, well, yeah, you lower your shoulder, you can get some more yards. And then you top that with some of the guys that they just brought in. We'll see when Taven Austin comes back. We'll see what Hollister's all about and a guy like James O'Shaughnessy. But that's going to help open the middle of the field up as well. And the whole thing is like this. When you have speed on the outside, when you threaten the deep ball on the outside, well, then the inside becomes available. And that's where guys like Laviska Shenault, that's where guys like James O'Shaughnessy or now Hollister, possibly Chris Manhertz come into play.
Yeah. Hey, one quick question. Do you like when other players get picked up by other teams? Like Tyler Davis just got picked up practice squad. Jalen Camp, practice squad for the Texans. Tyler Davis was the Colts. We know Colin Johnson got picked up. Jake Luton. There were a couple others as well. Is that a good sign for the depth of the Jags roster?
I don't put too much into it because we're talking about the practice squad, which is expanded. But at the end of the day, we can sit here and say that they've upgraded those positions. So, good for those guys to get an opportunity. But for the Jacksonville's perspective, I think they like what happened, how it turned out.
Yeah, I guess I'm like, okay, maybe there's some depth because sometimes in the past nobody would get picked up. But the other side of things, I'm like, gosh, I hope they didn't make a mistake cutting them.
For sure. Brent, real quick, we just did our fantasy football draft settings of who's picking where. You're picking right behind me. You're picking third.
Oh, good.
So
I'll make
scouting.
some good picks, no
All right.
doubt. I'll scout. Hey, anything big in the UFC and MMA this weekend?
Good, so good call. So, yeah, we got actually a pretty big card coming up here. It's a UFC fight night featured by Darren Till and Derek Brunson. Darren Till, if he wins this one, is going to be right in line for another UFC title shot. This guy's from England. He's a crowd favorite. He's got a Muay Thai fighting style, trying to look for that knockout.
All right, we'll check it out all weekend long. Big college football weekend ahead. Our picks. Good to be out here at Extreme Wings. We'll be back out in a couple of weeks right here at Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax. Back at it 9 o'clock tonight. Blitz Scoreboard Show on ESPN 690 all the way till 10:30. Have a good high school Friday night. See you back here at 9 o'clock. Have a good night and a good weekend, everybody.